and then just don't explain what the joke was.
No, we're not going to
You have to
explain what
be
that
here.
joke was and why it was funny. Kia ora, it's me, Sammy D. We're
Trees.
live on the internet, so we don't have to mind our language here. Welcome. Um, we'll try and be not terrible. Uh, it's Kiwi RPG week. Happy that. Happy Pride, and happy to see you here this morning. We're going to be playing D12GO, the new supplement that was released for Kiwi RPG week. Well, no, it was released because it was ready to be released, but it was released during Kiwi RPG week. It's swords and stuff. It's got a cover. It looks like that because I'm extra and I print them out. So um, I have assembled a largely fresh cast of characters for today.
Pulling me off and not fresh. Thanks very much.
Oh,
Fresh as a spring fresh.
I just couldn't bear to throw you away. That's all.
Irreplaceable.
You
Yeah.
spark joy.
So let's go around and meet some of the new faces. Hey, Amy, you're in my spot.
I am.
You
I'm
are.
apparently the GM this stream, so
There's no real order, but I am going to fix that while people go around and introduce who they are and what they do. Let's start over on the far side over there with Severin. Hey, how's it going?
Hello, it's good to be here in the Far Side. My favorite cartoon. I'm Severin. I play a character on the Fate of Eisen podcast. Tune in every second Wednesday, but it's been weird recently, so just follow the socials. You'll see when we go live, and yeah, very thrilled to be here. Is there anything else I should talk about, like star sign, blood type? What else do I have to
What's your
tell
blood
people?
type?
Oh, the
Most
best
people
one.
don't know.
I don't know. This is always I ask my parents because they know.
I know what mine is, but that's because I
I
was
also know.
curious.
Yeah. It actually costs in New Zealand to find your blood type out if you're not getting surgery or pregnant. However, if you go and donate blood, you'll find out for free. Because we
And
won't
also-
charge you at the medical labs and you're helping out. So
That's what I was going to
Me
ask.
too.
If I talk to blood people, will they be
Yeah.
able to look at it and be like, ah, O negative?
Yeah.
Oh,
if you're O negative, you should really be donating. O negative
Yeah.
is the one that everyone needs. So yeah,
I
if you're
feel
O
like I'm
negative,
not
go
that special.
donate blood.
I am A positive, in case you're wondering, because I'm a
Mhm.
positive person.
Well, we know you are the goddess. What blood type are you?
Yeah. No, that's actually my blood type. Okay, let's go down the row, and well, it's actually down the column, isn't it? Rows are across. Lyndon, how's it going down there?
Hello. Hi, it's good. Um, hello. As stated, I'm Lyndon. I'm a guy. I improvise a bit. You might eventually see me around stage on Wellington again. I've been resting. And you will typically find me in the chat and also in the Yes and Charity stream in August. It is August, right?
Yes, the
That'll do.
26th and the 27th.
Oh,
Marketing.
nice.
I'm also in that.
I'm also in that.
I'm also in that.
Hello,
Sorry,
Peter, how about
Kevin. You are wonderful and a supporter, but you won't quite be in the country in time for that. So next time, plan your trip. Tell your school that you want to come in August, and then you'll be okay. You just have to be in the
Allocate an
country.
entire weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah, change your life accordingly to the ESN stream.
Yes.
Just
Yes.
around it.
That's the parameter for Yes and as it's Kiwi creators. This is, of course, Kiwi RPG Week, and Kiwi RPG Week is happy to include anyone who just aligns with the goals of Kiwi RPGs and Aotearoa. And down over there, over this way, we have Kevin, a wonderful friend from the Fate of Bison Discord. Hey, Kevin, how's it going?
Hello, all long-time listener, first-time caller. Although I was promised cookies, and they
Oh,
haven't
they're
arrived
coming.
yet.
Just check your
Okay,
browser.
they're in the mail. They're in the
No,
mail.
they're in
Okay.
your cache.
I'm live to you from the Pacific Northwest, off the coast of America. I appreciate the opportunity and chance to enjoy some fun.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, oh no, it's a pleasure to have you here. Uh, and then Amy, looking sparkly and delicious. How you doing?
Good, I'm running on no sleep again, but this time it wasn't because I was up till 2 a.m. doing the art for the stream. I actually had that pre-prepared this time.
Yeah, just like sick instead. Damn.
Yeah, yay! No, I'm doing a lot better today. Yeah, so I am Amy Ward Art. I am also a streamer here on Twitch, and you will find me over on YouTube. I mostly do adult colouring, but focusing on trying to create like a really positive, safe place to just chill and hang, and we talk about all sorts of weird, wonderful things. I can tell you a lot about your blood type if you really are interested, because I actually work in a medical lab, and that's part of my job, and I am O positive because I can be donated to everyone who wants to be positive as well. Don't deal with the negatives.
Fantastic. And of course, I'm Samsara, or Sammy D, as I go by on here. I am a variety streamer. I do a bunch of stuff on the internet. Mostly it's Tears of the Kingdom, occasionally it's painting, and I think there's going to be a lot more role playing game content because I'm having a lot of fun doing these ones. Uh, I am also involved in Yes and in behind the scenes on Fate of Ice. I get into a lot of places. You can probably find me somewhere. I'm like the A team, A positive team. That's a callback.
Positive bloods only.
Yeah. We're doing a callback there. Uh, Today we are playing. We're going to start playing the main campaign that's included with Swords and Stuff. And there's a little bit of a background that you might need to know. I know that players certainly need to know, so you're going to have to learn too. I shall now read from the script, just so that you know most of this is not scripted, but some of what I do is. So, still actual play. Uh, the kingdom of Selendar is suffering since a terrible blight fell upon the land 1 year ago. Crops are crops are failing. I can read, I promise. Livestock are perishing, and strange creatures are descending from Drakberg Mountain. Many people have fled in the hopes that their neighboring kingdoms can offer refuge. Those who remain are determined to defend their homes, protect their loved ones, and fight whatever horrors knock down the doors. Life is hard for those brave enough to stay, but one small ray of hope shines through the darkness. A shimmering green light has suddenly appeared at the mountain's peak. Could it be the cause of the blight, or could it be the key to saving the kingdom? And our journey starts in a quiet little town of Lonely Reach. Most of the people have evacuated from this area, but there are still a good many, enough to keep the town functioning, if not thriving in a new and excitingly hard way. And at this point, I would like each of the characters to be introduced by the respective players. Your
Pick first.
Yeah. Oh, must I pick? I think you just did by speaking up.
You played yourself.
Yeah.
Really did. It's fine. It's fine. What would you like to know?
So what we're looking for is just information. Why have you come to Saldana? Were you always here? Is it? Is this just your local? Everyone else is leaving. Why would you stay?
Cool. So what you see is a fish human blend hybrid feminine presenting creature, kind of stumbling a little bit, not really used to the land aspect. She's very new in town. Cascade has left her home reef under the ocean, because all the land folk kept on invading and dropping off their rubbish and stuff. So she's been sent out as an ambassador to try and figure out what's going on and why they're kind of poisoning her home. And then when she discovered this place that's also got a issue going on with the town, for maybe there's a connection here. So as you look at Cascade, she has like hair that at first maybe looks like it's in like dreads or something, but then as you come down you realize they're maybe squid tentacles. And like doesn't wear clothes, doesn't understand the concept of clothes or gender or the landfolk norms, but has kind of wrapped her fins around her to give the illusion of skirts, so that because apparently pants are a thing up here. So
Have you heard about skirts? Oh my
yeah.
god. Wonderful.
And you're just kind of wandering around, trying to get used to the rocky ground and the
And
non-water around her.
and Cascade presents female and will respond to she, her
Yeah, she's
pronouns.
realized at this point that at the current state she is presenting as female, but with like a lot of sea creatures, they shift into what's required for their breeding purposes, their home purposes, their defending purposes. So could fully morph into whatever gender is required at the time.
Fantastic. Okay. Who wants to volunteer themselves as tribute next?
Go. So you'll see a kind of shorter, about 5'2" celestial type. Very pretty eyes. They kind of glow like the moon, and they follow the moon cycle, so they wax and wane at the moon. If you were to see the skin, it also shimmers in patterns like the night sky. They landed in the Fox Forest recently, or just appeared there. They don't know when, why. They're just there. Uh, then they kind of saw around them that they're killing these cool foxes, but things kind of kept chasing us out, and these scary trees kept chasing them out. So we also just kind of moved on. They are wearing like a form of nice dark kind of like dark leathers with a hood. They also have some nice rugged boots on that look like fox paws, and they are wearing faux fox ears and a long fluffy fox tail. Both are dark purple with nice little lavender streaks in them. And right now the night is out, so they're very confident, happy that the moon is out, and just taking everything in. Kind of recently new to just not sure why they're here. They're just here.
Yeah, so you're very recent to the area as well then.
Very recent as well.
And what name do you go by?
Kale Mooney.
Kale. Excellent. And only two remain. This isn't Thunderdome, so you can both stay afterwards. But one of you needs to go first.
I'll go because I feel like Lyndon's character is going to be very cool, and I don't want to follow that.
You just want to set the bar.
Definitely not. I'll describe myself very badly on purpose, and then that'll work out. So you see a minotaur, so a bull-headed figure, definitely male presenting, with the kind of severe look of a disappointed dad.
Oh no.
Above which a set of thick kind of welding goggles and two horns that kind of stretch upwards, giving it even a more imposing presence. Kind of bare-chested, except for a kind of almost bandolier looking thing of different kind of tools, and a couple of pauldrons on the shoulders. Just a meaty kind of buff looking figure. As you see, Magnus Balla, inventor of farming equipment throughout the land. This blight, terribly bad for business.
It certainly is.
Oh, why would I leave? If I leave, the blight wins, and I will not have that.
Fantastic. Lyndon, you've been Severin's built you up.
I've been built up, yeah.
Yeah.
Probably skulking and brooding around town for the last, I guess, week or so, in like a black cloak and scuffed leather and with little metal bits that's been scuffed up to make it not shine so much and so on. Is Mordakian Edgeblade. He probably was like in the city, and I think probably a bit before the blight arrived, had like personal epiphany and realized he needed to change his life and start uh, actively like adventuring to fight evil to redeem himself from a life of accountancy. Um,
An
and
accountant's
so
gone
so he
rogue.
was yeah so he was learning the blade over that period of time, and was sort of ready when was slightly astonished to find that this was actually a useful thing to do when actual creatures started appearing in the place. And so he he broadly yes, in an effort to somehow leave the world a better place than he made it, has been moving towards the trouble and just checking out the situation around the mountain. He's not going to move quickly because he trusts no one and nobody.
Not even himself.
Oh yeah, he's also like if you watch closely, he's got claws instead of nails on the edge of his end of his hands, despite being otherwise human. And if he smiles, though he smiles rarely, he's got very sharp teeth.
Mm.
Most importantly, does he carry a calculator?
Or like an abacus.
I left that behind me.
Whole lot abacus.
I can't go back.
The shield is an abacus.
Any addition, any form of mathematics. Nope.
I keep trying to get out.
Oh, goodness.
No,
The sun is beginning to set over the quiet, remote town of Lonely Reach. Recently, monster attacks have left few remaining townsfolk wary, shaken, and fearful for what the night may bring. Their fears are confirmed when a scream suddenly pierces the evening air, coming from the direction of Mildred's import house. You hear a scream in the night as you go about your business in town.
Is it what time is it? Just sun
It's
setting? Is
just
it
gone
nighttime
dusk,
quite
yeah.
yet? Or
Just
it's
just gone
dusk.
dusk. The last rays of the sun are twinkling away beyond the horizon.
Kyle would like Kale would like to just listen and maybe kind of sneak around, sneak around, just kind of zoomed off towards where the sound was, but stay kind of in the shadows.
Yep, fantastic.
Cascade is just full running.
Um,
Screams are never
Mag-
good.
Yeah, Magnus would probably do the middle ground of, if I don't sort this out, it's going to keep me up all night. I need a good night's sleep. And he's just going to like trudge towards where the
Yeah.
scream came from.
Yeah, Mordakian is probably like skulking in the dark corner of the tavern or something, so it just sort of leaps up, and by the time he's out the door, there's two daggers, and he's trying to, even in the night, trying to run through the shadows in
Yeah.
order to get to wherever this was coming from.
Just getting the daggers out, parting the crowd who are all gathered around the windows. There's no real crowd. There's not that many people left in town. But as you head towards the source of the noise, you arrive outside Mildred's import house and see the proprietor, Mildred Codswallop, being accosted by two large purple frogs. Since the blight came, these pretty big frogs have become a major pest all across the countryside. What do you do?
Okay,
Staying
who
in the shadows.
Yeah, who reaches the frogs first? So it'd be
Yeah,
one of the sprinty people.
there's
But
there's there's no initiative, but you can all roll d12s and see how far away you were. We'll say the lower the number, the closer you were.
oh,
Yeah,
So
no,
I am
flip it on
rolling
its head.
once again the Samsara Chaos dice.
That
Roll
die.
in my
Let's go.
purple sparkly dice.
Yeah,
I got a 1.
I got a 9.
two, two.
Two. time.
Right.
Magnus's other side of
That
town.
kind of tracks, yeah.
Damn it.
Creeping and darting through the shadows and running straight in. You three arrive very quickly on the scene as these pretty big frogs are menacing Mildred. Magnus, you can see in the distance that three other people are darting in to scope out the situation as well. You're almost there now. You might as well carry on. You've got momentum behind you. It just takes
I've
too
come
much
this
time
far.
to slow down and stop.
Exactly. It'd be so awkward to just turn around and
Yeah. Just too much muscle to slow down that quickly.
once the truck's rolling.
So, uh, how are we going? Wardakian,
Mm.
you're the first on the
Okay,
scene.
it's gonna just pop out from sort of beside one of the frogs.
Yep.
No more, and swinging two daggers at it.
Nice. Have you played D12GO before?
I've listened to
Oh,
D12GO
fantastic! So you're vaguely familiar with the concept. There are two types of roles,
Hmm.
and this is the second type of role, an opposed check. So
Okay.
let's get. Is this the right one? Yes, this is the right one. I need my handy dandy comparison chart. Otherwise, I will have to do math, and no one wants that.
Ew.
So, I also am excited to be surprised by what characters everyone's built. I've only briefly glanced at one and made sure the math was correct. So I don't know what your specialties are. You're going to convince me of them later. Uh,
Hmm.
so, as an attack with your daggers, it's probably going to be a brawn unless you're aiming for something else.
Um, I'll take it. I think that's probably the kind of attack that's happening.
Yeah,
Um,
fantastic.
and I'm going to add reckless on this one.
Fantastic.
Uh, giving me so +2 and +3 is +5.
Yep,
5 plus 5 is 10.
that's a great result. Uh, I only got a 5, so you've beaten them by 5. And on an opposed action, 5 or more, they take 2 limit damage. These are pretty big frogs, but they are not pretty tough frogs. So it is now a pretty dead frog. As your reckless attack just tears through this thing, uh, it is slain and lying on the ground now. The other one sort of just fills up its little neck pouch and lets out a big croak. Uh, the other two were really quick as well. You see someone appear and just take one of these frogs apart, like they've been practicing their entire life to prepare it for some kind of meal.
Cascade is horrified that you would attack creatures. While sea frogs are rare, they do exist in the ocean. So you just see her running forward and be like, and just start speaking in frog to the remaining frog.
Yeah.
Just be like, "Are you okay? What's going on? Are these land folk hurting you?"
As you start talking and yelling at it opens its mouth. You think it's about to talk back, and a tongue shoots out towards you. This
Can
is a
I
contested
do
check,
something
and
to
I've
try to
just
avoid
rolled.
it?
Yeah, you can absolutely try and avoid it. So you
Oh,
can try and dodge it,
and whip out
dodge out of the way.
I immediately whip out one of my tentacles.
Okay. So I've rolled to attack.
Oh,
You want to roll to dodge. If you've got you can add a specialty if you've got something that can help.
yeah.
That's the
Agility to dodge.
yeah.
Cool. So I only rolled a 2. Again, this dice
Yeah.
doesn't like me today. I only get a 1 to agility, so 3. But then I have a specialty called, is that tentacles? I'd like to add. It brings 2 to 5.
A 5.
I think that's like
I rolled a 12. but they're just a minor annoyance, and even though it's a pretty big frog, you're still large, and uh, it has a -1 on its attacks. It does end up being 11, but that's a difference of 6 or more, and
Big difference.
it's a big difference. The tongue shoots out and hits you dead on, but you're a little too heavy for it to pull back, and the tentacles sort of push the tongue away, and you're just a little slicker than the tongue could really grab onto. And so you're just
There is
knocked
like a little bit of
backwards.
algae and film on me.
Yeah,
Anyways.
yeah, just like that sort of natural sea oils or something. You do take 2 limit points on of
Oh,
damage. Yeah,
Ooh.
it
that's
was
not a
a
good start.
no, not from a tiny little frog, but um,
Yeah.
yeah,
And
this
just look at the person next to me and like, okay, these aren't like the sea frogs at home. I made a mistake.
who wants to?
Uh,
Yeah, there's no initiative. You just yell things at me,
I
and
guess
I'll tell you what's happening.
with Kale being coming up right about the same time,
Yep.
is the proprietor? Are they under attack? Or are they just kind of just surrounded by the frogs?
There's only one
Remember?
frog left. They were sort of holding them off with a broom. They're not a combatant. I
Okay.
mean, with a
So
broom is
as it's night
kind of.
out, as it nighttime out,
Yep.
Kale is very nimble, quite quick, and I like to dash forward and try to move the non-combatant out of the range of the maybe frogs around the side of the building. Just get the. I think was it Mildred you said? I'm
Yeah,
not from this town. I know
it
who this
was
person
Mildred.
is. I would
Yes.
like to get them out of the way of the danger, maybe around the side of the establishment or something. Just get them out of the way.
Yeah,
So I dash
absolutely.
forward
You
rather quickly.
you turn up beside Mildred, and she and you move her off around the corner. Magnus, at about this time, you've rolled up and you've seen this
Yep.
frog going wild on, was that tentacles? Uh, any response to this?
Yep. Looks like you're about to leap into death. And he's gonna just stride past, get his hammer, which I'd say it's quite obvious to people in the crowd. In big gold lettering down the handle says Petunia. And just gonna, okay. Whop! Down. So, this would be, I'd imagine a brawn, because he's just
Yeah,
going pure power. I also have a specialty called Hammer Time, which adds 2.
it's well named.
And if anyone wants to play the classic track in the background of this at home for flavor, go for it.
You can, in fact, touch this.
Hopefully I can touch it. So that is, I rolled a 5, +3 brawn, +2 hammer time, so that is a 10.
It is a 10. I rolled a 9, which is a difference of
Ooh.
1. So you bring this hammer down, and these frogs cannot withstand the might. And not since Silverchair has someone had such a big hit with a frog stomp. I'm pretty sure that's a Silverchair album.
Sure.
I don't know. I'm old. I gotta look that up now. The
Oh my
frog,
God, that's you.
the frog is cracked and broken on the ground. Um, I need to know. Yeah, it's an album by Silverchair.
Yep, from 1995.
Yeah. Oops, aged myself. Whoops.
Oh, accidentally.
You are immortal. You know that you are immortal.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
As
Famous
always, Brad.
being. Uh, you as that frog cracks under the weight of your hammer, you stand back up and look around. You can see picking themselves up off the ground a uh, mim, aquatic humanoid with a
Sea
question
folk.
mark at the end, a sea folk,
Yeah.
uh, a peculiar fox-like creature around the corner with Mildred, and uh, breathing heavily with a wicked grin on their face, uh, a hooded figure crouched over the just decimated body of the other frog. Uh, oh, thank you for coming to save me. These frogs have been a real pest. Um, Would you like to come in? I can offer you tea or something to clean some of that off you.
It's
Walks
okay.
down and he's covered in
He is always
splatters of.
Yeah.
You can.
I mean, that would be good.
Yes.
Are you hurt?
Oh no, I'm fine. But are you okay? You
I'm a
got
little
just a little
hurt.
stunned, a little knocked back, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, come
for a
in
very
and
different.
sit down. I've got a nice cushion you can use, and
I have a genuine D12GO question.
yes,
One of the specialties that I took for Cascade was cleansing heals because I would like to play the more healer of the group and have healing magic. I don't know if I can heal limit damage because I've never played anyone who can heal, and I don't know if that is a mechanic.
there
Oh.
are mechanics for recovering health,
Mm-hmm.
and I will need to remember them. I do know that if it is magical, you're going to need to use your bond for that,
Yep. I
especially
have.
when it is against, well, involving other people. You use
Yep.
bond for interpersonal. It was open on the page. It's literally the thing opposite the chart for doing dangerous things. First aid of magic medicine technology works within the game setting. The harm wasn't physical. Blah, blah, blah. There. Okay.
Stand by.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, I was actually meaning to message this to you this
Yeah.
morning, and I
Yeah, that's okay.
entirely forgot because I was like, I should actually clarify this because I've never done healing in D12GO.
Actually,
Yeah.
while you look it up, listen to the Frog Stomp album by Silverchair.
Yeah. Shout out to Silverchair. Hope you're going well. You know, hit us up.
Have you,
I don't know. Yes.
you want to
You.
sponsor the podcast?
Usually, you can take an action to heal yourself. And it would recover 1 limit point. I'd say with your ability, you can recover 2 limit points, and you can do that a number of times a day equal to the plus on your skill on your specialty. So if
Okay,
you're
so I have 2 cleansing heals per day, basically.
yeah, so twice a day you can heal 2 points without any rolls, and yeah, and
Cool. I like it.
it can be used. So that's in regards to limit points. For other things, so if there's like uh, someone's got muddy shoes and you want to use your cleansing heals power to wash their
Clean them up.
shoes with the water from a puddle, yeah, absolutely, that can be your magic roll. So yeah, making up rules on the go. That's what this game's about.
Yay!
I love
Hey.
that.
That's oh good. That's why I wanted to check because I knew it was a new mechanic that we have not explored yet. So
Yeah.
Magnus is going to push past Mildred into the house and then take the biggest chair. Like if there's an armchair or something.
Yeah.
That's like the focus. He's going to sit down, cross his arms, like meh.
Right. She's yes, that's probably the best. You'd break any of the other chairs. Please make yourself comfortable. Let me, and she starts fussing around. Look, I do really appreciate you coming to my rescue. There's few people left in town as it is, and fewer still that would come and help. As you're sitting there, you notice that Mildred's import house is quite bare of stock. There is not a lot left in there. The few items that are sitting around appear to be collecting dust. Since the blight came, trading with other kingdoms completely dried up. I've still got a few things to get me through, but I soon may have to leave like everybody else.
Where would you go? And Kale's just kind of leaning back up, almost like to the door frame, looking quite calm, cool, collected, but just away from the rest of the group. But still inquiring, how long? How long has your stock been dried up? Is there anyone still buying, or recent here in the town? But looks like this town's about to be empty soon.
Yes. The big problem is there's no one really coming back, so we don't get any stock in from other places. So I can only source locally, and that's dwindling as well. Other places are snapping up the opportunity. Bigger towns are trying to get more supplies because they have more people to feed. So it's quite a dreadful time.
This is making me very sad.
This tea should help.
Wodakian's looking out the window and going, "You should go. This is a place for monsters." And then he gets a cloth and wipes Bodecker off his vest.
There's a howl in the night from somewhere to punctuate your words. I would leave, but this is my home, and I am gonna be. It'll break me to leave, but I can't
Leaving home is
survive.
hard, even if it's for a good reason.
Yes.
But then what's the alternative? You're just gonna stay here and starve?
Well, no. The place hasn't been the same since they stopped having the open mic night at the club, at the tavern. But
It's been a lot more peaceful.
yes, but
A town can't thrive without
Pieces.
comedy. I mean,
peace is hard to find in this time. I doubt the blight could ever be resolved. It's too much.
No,
is there
I
any
mean, we
gossip
could
on this blight?
try. Like, you know, we've got part of the reason why I left my home is we've got problems going on, and I think maybe the blight relates to what's affecting the ocean. So, like, I'm gonna look into it anyway.
I will also look into it, my small aquatic friend.
You
This
are
blight-
really big. Just like looking up like that because Cascade is tiny.
Thank you. I have always been this size, as long as I can remember.
Yeah, you'll notice Kale's
Very
just
short term
looking up.
memory.
And I can remember the last 3 days at least.
That's a really long time. I know some fish that barely remember 30 seconds ago.
How was Keo
That sounds
down
like a
there?
fun life.
Keo, you were saying something?
Kale's just watching this. Kale's watching this, also looking at the Minotaur, going, like, thinking that's big. But Kale's cut small too.
Yeah.
Just a very large character in this room, but also just listening, gathering, still kind of away from the group, not used to being around anyone except for foxes in the forest they landed in. So to them, this is just weird. There's just other folk here, more in common with the aquatic sea folk than there is anything with these humans. Kind of just looking.
What
trying
about
to take
you,
stock.
Sparkly friend? You remind me of the pearls under the ocean.
Thank you. We do sometimes glimmer. And you see, like, they raise their arm up, and there's a little bit of shimmer underneath the skin. You can see of some like star pattern and glimmering. I don't know. This blight's chasing
Wodakian
off my fox friends.
finishes wiping down his last dagger and clanks it on the table and goes, "Do any of you know about the mountain?"
What's a mountain?
I've heard some whispers around town, but nothing definitive.
Drakberg Mountain? And the
Yes.
light that glows on top?
Am I
Hi.
able to do?
Glowing light.
Are you able to?
Am I able to do a brains check to see what I know about the mountain?
Sure.
It's a 7.
You do have memories of the mountain stretching back further than 3 days.
Hooray!
You are pretty sure that the light has always been there on top, though. You can't remember a time when it wasn't. But Mildred says, I saw the light appear atop Drakkenberg Mountain.
When did the light appear?
So when? It appeared a few months back, just before the blight really took over. But
During the day, overnight?
it was at night when I first saw it. I believe it to be an omen that things are over. Some say, oh no, that's where salvation lies, but I can't see that.
Was there anyone sent to investigate? I assume someone was sent to investigate this. Did anyone ever come back?
No, none that were sent from here or ventured out.
Because the big scary trees in the fox forest only appeared recently as well. I was just hanging with my fox friends, and all of a sudden got started chased out, and I assume
I'm sure it's
moved down
all
here.
connected. The blight, the problems throughout the land, everything. And that light's been glowing up there over everything. It can't be anything but an omen.
These
Well,
people
this
that
is why
came back.
This is why
They-
my people sent me out, so I need to get up to this mountain.
Magnus will join you. These people that didn't come back, they sound weak.
I'll come too. You should be careful. I don't trust the light.
Oh no, I agree. You should never trust the sun. The sun is terrible. Oh, you mean the light up on the mountain? Yeah, don't trust that either.
Yeah, the
Cool,
sun's
high
really
five.
bad for drying out my scales.
Right? See, the sun is bad. It's just bad. Nighttime, the moon, that's where you want to be. That's where it's calm, and that's where it's nice.
And as the conversation turns from the dreads in the land to smaller mundanities and a deep line of questioning about the ocean and things going on down there, the night stretches out, and eventually Mildred yawns and I really must turn in. I do have work tomorrow. My boss is really, really tough. So, are you all? Do you sort of standing over at the door?
Cascade's just sitting there swinging her legs, not really understanding landfolk customs.
Um,
What is it you're trying to say, Mildred?
it's time for bed. I need to sleep.
Then go to bed.
We must return to our inn rooms.
She turns over and looks at her bed across the other side of the room.
Yes, it's over there.
I'd really be more comfortable if you weren't here while I was sleeping.
Oh yeah, I have a room at the inn.
Thank you. Sort of opens the door.
Well, Kay will be the first one right out, just near the door. Just leave. Just kind of steps out.
Thank you.
They only
Thank
get
you.
down in the moonlight.
Like a cat.
Mm-hmm. Just
Nice. Okay. And yeah, Magnus is gonna stand up. You hear the chair creak, kind of with relief,
She winces.
and then just kind of ducks out of the doorway. Goodbye, Mildred. Sleep well.
Thank you, Magnus. It was a pleasure.
It was fine. It's just gonna like trudge off.
Cascade will skip on out.
I mean, I said I had a room at the inn, but
Yeah.
if we're all enjoying the evening
You didn't
so
actually
much...
leave. Yeah. I have a room at the inn. Full stop.
No, I'll go out as well.
We're just here staying.
This is just gone when you know everyone else turns back around.
Oh goodness.
And then he peers over everyone's shoulder and goes, "You know, we could investigate now when it's dark."
I agree. Darkness is best when it's time to investigate.
Fantastic. I think I've got to just right click on this. The computer's having a hard
Just
morning.
heads up for ad warning and
Yeah,
stuff.
we are coming into ads, which is great. So we've got Mordakian at the tavern. Whereabouts your accommodations, Magnus?
Oh, so I'd say Magnus has been traveling around trying to see the extent of this blight, so he's kind of relatively new in town. He might either find like a big tree to lean against, or if there's a cave.
Yep.
He
Fantastic.
generally doesn't like people, so he would probably avoid the inn.
Yeah. Okay. And Cascade, whereabouts are you taking
She was
accommodations?
fully just going to the beach and
Just-
diving into like a rock pool or something and fully hydrating for the night.
Nice. And
It's brisk out here on land. It's drying on the skin. I've got to go down and hydrate.
Kaon, you frolic throughout the night and sleep during the day, or are you?
It's far more active. So Kale's very comfortable just finding, like, even going to the beach as well, just looking to where that's just some moonlight, just kind of just get in front of a rock like on the beach and just kind of just sit there and just close our eyes and just absorb some of the moon, and just kind of just
Nice.
feel at ease and at peace, at calm.
There's
Wonderful.
lots of really pretty like areas like tall grasses and soft sand and there's some cool rocks and shells and there's a whole bunch of creatures down there to say hi.
None of them are pretty
Over
big
the-
frogs, though. So.
Yeah.
And as you all find peace in the night, we'll go to an ad break now. So we take ad breaks here every hour so that we can do fun things like hydrate and stretch and, take our meds and remember to love
Jump
ourselves.
into the ocean.
I mean,
Heck
if
on
you've
over.
got one nearby, feel free.
I do not.
So I'm going to hit
Come on.
around 3 minutes of ads. You may not get ads. If you don't get ads, you'll get to listen to me vamp for a little bit. Otherwise, we'll see you back shortly, and we will continue with the next day of our adventure. Okay. I've told it to run the ads. They'll start soon, I promise. We can talk about some
I
Okay.
know
stuff.
you're looking forward to them.
Oh, absolutely. The ads are in progress now. Welcome to the In the Ads break. We are in the midst of the final week of final days of Kiwi RPG Week, which has been a fantastic week where we celebrate Kiwi RPG creatives from all over the country. And it's not just role playing games; it can be other games. It's the big old gaming community here, and it's been great. There's been a lot of content we've put out. I've ran a game last week and did some painting. I finished 3 models. That's a big achievement for this week. Have you guys been following Kiwi RPG Week? Have you caught any of the other shows? What's been your favorite?
Got podcasts queued up because I've been like busy with stuff, and there's been so much good content comes out. I'm looking forward to watching the new episode of Dungeons and Comedians.
Ah, yes.
The show was the other week, but the video and podcast came out this week.
Excellent.
I
What about
got some podcasts lined up. I got some of the Fate of Ice in Chapter 2 lined up to try to catch up on, and try to catch some other things I can see.
I still
Such
haven't
a
watched
good
Wednesday's episode.
I was modding
Lord,
Zebra and modding Fate of Iceland at the same time, so I was trying to do double duty, and I'm just like, is the Tara chick going, oh my god, you're missing an episode.
Have a good one while I'm not there.
Yeah, we should have done it terribly on purpose.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, that would have been great. I would have appreciated that. What's your favorite part of it been, Severin? You can just shout out your own stuff. Like
it was really good.
yeah,
Yeah,
I did
I gotta-
mine. I mean,
Yeah, I got to talk about an RPG system I created last night, and that was super fun. And everyone was like really lovely and supportive of it, which was
Yeah.
very appreciated.
It,
Um,
it was an interesting system. It made me feel like you could just make TV series as a game.
yep.
Yeah, it's very cool. And also, Brian was amazing, and screw JDB. GDB.
Yeah, GDV.
Yeah.
They gave him, I think it was, yeah, Brian's boss that they gave 3 first
George,
names.
George David Vince with the 3 name suggestion, so I just said all 3.
Yeah,
And he
it had
insists
to
on
be
all
all
3.
three. It absolutely had to be all three.
Well, that's how we got the name of one of the NPCs in Eisen.
Yeah.
Quintella Spaghetti
It
was.
is. Yeah.
I get 2 first names of the character thrown out, and then Jules was like, "Yep, that's their name."
We love Quintella. Actually, speaking of NPCs, tonight on Fate of
Oh yes.
Iton, it is Whiteboard World, where Jules will possibly Kasha. We have to think about maybe. So possibly
Mm.
Kasha will be coming in and drawing on a digital whiteboard. And then
Ooh.
I'm going to be there doing some character art live as we design some new NPCs for Ison. So if you want to help, create NPCs in the world of Ison,
Yeah,
come hang out.
exciting. Speaking of
Mm.
exciting, we're back from the ads. Hey, I see you there.
Hello.
Thanks for enduring the ads. It gives us a chance to stretch and hydrate. And it also keeps the dreaded pre rolls at bay so that people coming to the channel for the first time don't have to watch ads before they get to see us. So thank you very much for that.
To move every hour. Thank you.
Yes, no, it's important. Self care is sexy, and we stand self care on this place. It's the next morning. The seagulls call lazily in over the oceans, and it's convenient that two of you slept on or near the beach. As you wake up, you see a bedraggled stranger passed out, lying on the sand nearby, washed up by the tides.
Kale will just kind of a little bit different demeanor now. Kind of just look over. I don't want to do something with this. Hey, there's a person down there. You okay? Just,
Oh, Cascade
and
will
just,
try to help flip over, but she is not strong. So she probably does not have the strength to even flip this person over and check that look for their gills. Are they breathing?
They have no gills. They're suffocating. Don't make some,
Oh,
please.
Kale kind of trudge over, just full on, like touch the person their paw foot. Hey,
I,
hey.
I
They're
don't think we're breathing in the water. We might need to, one of the land ones that don't like the water breathing. Can you help me
Fine,
flip
I'll help.
them?
And Kale will try to like get down and like kind of look and see if there's something going on they can do to help.
yeah, they are still alive. The breathing is very shallow, and they are non-responsive at the moment.
They
They seem to have
drowned or
had a really hard night.
they're just out.
They're just out, yeah, but very, very, just yeah, very out, very non-responsive. You lift up the eyelids, and the sort of it's almost dead.
I will wave my hand and pull out a wave, not like a massive drowning wave. I'm meaning like a small ball of water and just slam it into the guy's face and see if I can wake them up.
Yeah, you gather up a refreshing blast of water. Make a bond check. You can add your
I would
cleansingness to
like
it.
to use a different one. I do have cleansing heals, which I could
Okay.
use,
Oh
but
yeah,
I
you can use a
also have
different one if you want.
the power of the ocean because I am powered by the ocean. So
Oh gosh, the whole power of the ocean, not just a little bit.
exactly,
Yeah,
I am an ambassador
it's a
for
little
the ocean.
ball with the whole power behind it.
So I got a 6, and then that is plus 7, so that's a 13.
13. That's that's really good. They the freshness of the blast. Oh, don't pop up things on the Discord screen. The freshness of the blast splashing across them. They do stir. They feel that you see the chest sort of shudder and take a deep breath, like they've been trying to hold their breath for too long.
Let it out, let it out,
They're
let it out.
they're rasping and wheezing as they try to catch their breath. What are the other two doing at the meantime? It's morning. Breakfast has been cleared away at the tavern. Yeah.
I think Mordagon's initial plan was to sit like sort of by the shade of a barrel in the town square on the assumption that everyone would show up to go adventuring at that point. But after a few minutes of that, gradually realizes that this as dawn happens and it's not quite happening, so it starts vaguely wandering around trying to find everyone.
So, just doing that John Travolta meme.
Or like Sad Pablo. Yeah, I think Magnus is very food orientated in the morning, so he's gonna try to find like an old timey like chicken leg, and then just kind of like walk and munch.
Yeah, just a chicken leg or fantasy chicken leg.
No, like fantasy chicken leg.
Okay, fantastic.
It's from a pretty
Kentucky
big
Fried
chicken.
Fantasy.
Yeah.
Kentucky Fantasy Chicken. That's what we want.
And then you just say, "Whoa, it's the shadowy guy from the night before. Hello." As he's just like taking these big bites.
If it's an American audience, I reference giant turkey legs that you'd see.
Yeah.
Yeah, like in medieval times, kind of.
I was thinking like an ostrich or an emu leg.
That's what happened to the mower. I'm so sorry, guys.
Yeah. Sorry, not sorry. They're a little bit terrifying, but would have been awesome. And as you meet up, having given up on waiting for everyone to go adventuring and now seen Magnus with the biggest chicken leg you've seen all day, you see the other two coming up from the beach. The stranger, the survivor of a shipwreck, revealed their name to be Gantari when they could finally speak again. And they've asked you to take them in for they need food, water. They're sort of a bit in distress. They were floating at sea for most of the night, and they're just worn out, tired, hungry, and glad to not be dead.
Would you like some chicken?
Hearing that they like food, I pick up some algae.
Oh no, my captain would have preferred that, but I'm.
It's delicious.
Yes, he kept insisting the whole crew needed to eat their algae, but really, not. It's not good for my digestion, unless you've got some Tums.
What are Tums?
I get heartburn from algae.
I met a guy called Tums one time. He was annoying.
Hello, giant friend from last night. We found a new friend.
Hello, aquatic friend.
Yes.
What is your new friend?
The new friend is he is human. He is he looks like a sailor. Got the cropped pants, no shoes, loose baggy shirt. Typical medieval sailory pirate wear. Not a pirate, a pig leg. No
No
parrot.
parrot.
No parrot, no pig leg, no evidence of being a pirate whatsoever.
But does illegally download things off the internet.
Oh, absolutely. Gintari is a good person, not a lawful person.
Do
May
you know
not be
about the
All of you.
mountain?
I don't know about the mountain. I'm sorry. Uh, I I do know about uh, a treasure. Well, we thought we did. The captain, Bix, he had a map to a treasure, vast riches. He said we're all going to be able to retire, but alas, the ship sunk. We were attacked, I think. I was sleeping at the time. I heard the cracking of timbers and woke up in the ocean.
Could you recognize where you were? Because like if you're in certain territories of the ocean, there's like this whole territory battle going on. Like you never ever go into Jimbo's area. Like yeah, oh my gosh, he's just like he's so his claws like I thought, and I point towards Magnus. I was like, I thought he was big, but like one of his tentacles is like four of him stacked on top of one another.
Oh,
Bick was big and burly, my captain. He was overconfident. We we were off the southern shore. You can probably see the remains of the ship from there, I think. I saw the light of town and struggled towards it, but something hit me and I passed out. I must have
We're
gotten
just
lucky.
at the beach. Why do you want to go back there?
Um,
Everyone notices a slight demeanor change with Kale. The hood is up and there's fluffy ears still poking out, but a very interesting demeanor change. From just,
oh.
sun is out. I don't go back to the beach. Hey, Thaz. Look, you're alive.
yes,
Should we go
I
check
am.
out this glowy thing, or do we want to go check out the beach?
No, I mean I could just go and talk to my ocean friends, get them to check out the ship, and make sure I see if anyone's alive down there. Then we could head up the mountain.
Sounds good.
He starts trudging back
It's
down
nice
towards
to
the
have
beach.
friends.
Friend, everyone's a friend. Until you try to murder me, you're a friend.
I have the same policy.
Kale's already heading back towards the beach, not even with the group, just kind of slowly plodding along, just.
Cascade
Gone.
will skip along. Just literally again, she's like her fins are wrapped in a way that it looks like she's got a skirt, but she's actually naked, so she just walks into the ocean
Yeah, absolutely.
and is just gonna like stick her head down into the water and then just go like boop, 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 and start singing out to the fish and be like, "Hey friends, need a favor? Is anyone around?"
Yeah, it's awfully quiet in here. There, even the smaller marine life is silent. Um, Eventually, a small school of fish swim by, and you uh, basically like just float there in front of them and don't take no for an answer, repositioning as they try to dart around. Um, you, we can't stop here. We need to go.
What's going on? Where is everyone? It's quiet down
Um,
here today.
there's a monster that's been attacking the surface dwellers. It's been feeding and not not in the way that is sustainable. Everyone's going. It's
Not not sticking to the land fishing quotas, honestly. Like, we know about the
Yeah,
size
eating
regulations, we know about the
undersized
limits.
fish. Terrible.
At this point, Kale put their head into the water, not knowing at all if they can talk, and start trying to babble to fish, just and start coughing, and realize they actually can't breathe or drink it up.
Yeah, no.
So,
What is
guess
what
I
is
can't
not
do
for
that.
foxes?
Fine. Walks back out the ocean. Just trying
So,
something
like,
new.
stick my head up in the water and go, so the fish say that, like, there's a monster under here and it's attacking the land folk and eating them. So there is something over there.
Is this that Jimbo you were talking about?
No, this isn't Jimbo's territory, and also Jimbo would, like, you would see Jimbo's head sticking out. Like, do you know what a kraken is?
I know if I hit something hard enough, it'd be cracking.
I, like, hit my
Did you see that frog
like,
last night?
bounce up at the top
It'd
and
be
then, like,
cracking.
fly out around me, and I'm like, it kind of looks like this,
Oh,
but, like, massive.
I would love to fight that.
Yeah, you don't want to fight Jimbo. But yeah, like, his body would, like, be out of the water. So, yeah.
That is a lot.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, like, there's nobody around here. Everybody's running away, so there's something out there. I stick my head back down into the water and go back to the fish and be like, did you see anyone alive over by the boat or anything like that?
I didn't see. I haven't been.
That's fair enough. That's fair enough. Oh,
I
well.
did find my friend before I left.
Good. Always find
Yeah.
your friends. Here you go. And I'll start just picking off some of the algae and just give them some little.
Oh.
Yep. Stay safe.
Thank you. You too. And they start off into the depths of the ocean.
Pop back up. Still in the water. Way more comfortable in here.
You see Kale munching on some algae, just trying to like find like the one little shady spot underneath a rock because it's sunny out and just doesn't seem to like the sun as much.
I think at the point someone mentioned monsters, Mordakian started looking for a rowboat or something. So,
There is a
Yeah.
dock nearby, and from your place out in the ocean, you can see the wreckage of the ship just around the cliff that extends out over to the eastern end of the shore of the beach.
oh, okay.
Yeah, there's something there, and they're attacking the land folks. So, but also, like, the water's really quiet down here, and all the creatures are gone, and there's something weird going on down here too. So, since we're here, and it doesn't mean trekking up a mountain.
Ah, yes. Of course, you would be interested in a beach-based adventure.
Water.
And my fox friend is less interested.
So if we go like round the bay, we'll be able to get close.
Yeah, absolutely. A short stroll along the beach and a little scramble around the rocky cliff at the end, and you should be at the part of the beach. You can also just walk up over the hill and come down the path on the other side. It's really up to you. You can pick a path in this
Magnus will
adventure.
do the path up around and then back down. Him and water, not friends.
Yeah.
I think Mordakian's going to contemplate trying to do all the rock jumping and then think better of it and go over the hill.
Yeah.
Kale would go on the
Heal
beach
squad.
path because it's the shortest and just start kind of just trudging, kicking some of the sand, just do this. With rocks. He gets a rock and throws it at another rock. Take that rock. And then he tries to get over, scrambles. Rather nimbly, still rather nimbly. Just not having this with the sun is out. Just not having this.
Yeah, it's a relatively delightful morning considering the things that are going on in the world, and your meandering brings you to a lonely beach. The shipwreck is laying on the side there. It looks like it was attacked by something large, something certainly big enough to put holes in the side and set this ship sailing into the rocks and crashing in.
Once we get closer, even though Kale's being Kale, he still wants to. They just want to look around and say, is there anything remaining? Anything dangerous? Trying to use this in there. I mean, so you see the ears oddly flick, even though they're obviously fake. They just kind of still flick. I'm trying to get a sense if there's any
They're animatronic.
external danger. Do they remain kind of hidden, stay in the pack, or we can kind of go up and investigate?
Yes, absolutely. Make a census roll. The shore is littered with. I can't remember if it's flotsam or jetsam, but I'm not talking about the eels.
I think flotsam is floating, just based on the words.
Yes, I don't remember. But anyway, there's all sorts of wreckage up and down the shore. The tide is washing bits of wood and everything up. The main part of the wreck that is laying here is still there, and you can sort of have a bit of a hunt around and look for things that might be. So a census check with you get to add your sensors and a applicable specialty and the roll of a d12 together.
So I rolled a 5, senses +1, and with one of his specialties, what he calls when he just sighs and decides, fine, I'm gonna look around and make sure no one else is in danger. And so using the sun sigh, he just kind of sighs in the sun and just for +2. And so
Fantastic.
Total of 8 for senses.
8 for senses. Okay, a 8 for senses is you start looking around. There's no signs of life on the beach. It seems quiet. There's your friends coming down the mountain path or the path over the hill, but there's no other creatures around here. You're not sure where the other sailors have got to. The site looks relatively safe for proceeding further into.
Hurry up! Come on, come down the hill. Let's go look at stuff.
I assumed that Cascade was swimming around the ocean to get there. Yeah, you see no sign of any monsters on your way there, but also scant few signs of sea life.
So weird. It should be thriving. These the water's not poisoned or anything like that, or feeling off, or
Nope, water feels fine. Just empty.
Hey Cascade, is there any other tasty algae out there? Can you bring some in, please?
Surprisingly, no, because there's nothing around, and the algae grows off remains of the life around it. Like it's a whole circular process. So when one thing goes,
I blame the sun for this.
I think it's whatever's caused the shipwreck. Looking towards, at this point, probably walking up towards Kale on the beach. Looking towards the actual boat, knowing my knowledge of the ocean, is there any, can I identify what might have attacked it or caused that damage?
You can get closer and do an investigation check on it. A census check, rather.
Can it not be brains?
I will allow it.
Thank you.
You're going to go on evidence-based science.
I mean,
yes.
she's calling on her knowledge of history and the ocean rather than the world around it, because she's not familiar on land. So I actually have a really bad negative in census because she's out on land, but she has high brains. So yeah,
fantastic.
And I would like to use my power of the ocean ability.
Certainly, think it through.
Oh, that's an 18.
An 18.
Welcome to stacking modifiers, everybody.
It's not anywhere near the scale of destruction that Jimbo could cause.
Mm-hmm.
But it does seem that some creature, a large creature, probably tentacles, judging by some of the torn bits of wood, the way there are little ring marks from where the suckers would have held onto it and pulled splinters free. There's something big in the ocean.
Jimbo, did you become a
Oh,
parent?
oh yeah, you.
Is it spawn of Jimbo?
It's a baby Jimbo. Oh gosh. Oh gosh, we're not ready for two Jimbos. One Jimbo's
Jimbo
bad enough.
Junior. Oh gosh.
I think I ordered that at Wendy's. Is there anything kind of mechanical in the ship that's been broken?
Uh, I mean, in half is a description.
Well,
Um,
okay, yes,
yeah,
but
you've got mostly the front half of it of the ship on here. It is a more of a wooden sailing vessel,
right.
so uh, definitely more of a collector's item these days. The newer ships in the bigger cities are starting to be fabricated out of more metal, but not these ones. These are, the you probably see them as the quaint echoes from bygone eras, where industry has sort of moved forward in other cities.
Hmm. I'm imagining it should have been in a bottle, and
Yes,
this would not have happened. Um,
it's a big bottle.
yeah, Magnus is just gonna look around, see if there's anything he can kind of tinker with, any kind of closed doors that need opening.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So make a census check to search around through the wreckage, through the actual body of the ship. As someone
See, now could this not be brain?
you're looking, not deducing.
That's
Convince me
fair.
harder.
No, I will. I will
Yeah,
take
you
the
can still roll well.
-2. I could, I could still roll high. Yeah.
Yeah,
So that's a 4.
a four. Uh, you poke around through the rubbish, and your mind's still drifting with uh,
Thoughts of Jimbo and
th-
spawn of Jimbo.
yeah, thoughts of Jimbo, thoughts of the how the metal ships of the bigger cities wouldn't have had this problem. You uh,
Needs to be more industrial.
you look around and let me roll just to see. Um, it's been a while since I rolled a dice, and I want to join in. Um,
It's so fun.
as you are looking through, you start heading back out, and you hear a roar from the sky, and you see an amber-scaled dragon soar past it, far overhead. The boat rocks a little bit, but otherwise is undisturbed. With the boat having shifted, you see the bedding has slipped off the bed, and there's a uh, rolled up piece of paper sticking out.
I grabbed the piece of paper.
Yes, it's rolled up.
I unroll it.
You unroll the paper. It's a map, of all things, to find on a ship that possibly contained people that may contain traces of piracy. Uh, the map sticking out shows a picture of jungle, and there's a big X written on it.
It's like we should go to that place.
Yeah, I was on the beach making a sandcastle, so not you're not interested in any of this. Totally just lethargically building a small little sandcastle trying to stick.
Uh,
What do you
and then,
find?
yeah, no, Magnus gonna walk over. You don't know if it's accidental or on purpose. Kick your sandcastle and just completely destroy
Ah,
it. I found a
do
map, my little
that.
fox friend. Do you know where
I
this
didn't
is
know
in the jungle?
big ones knew how to read. I didn't even know what's a map. Look at it.
It's a bit of paper with stuff on it.
What's
Cool.
paper?
It's something that you get from trees.
Like maple syrup and paper. You just get it from trees.
From
Okay,
trees.
well, I'll take a look at it, but I don't know if they'll recognize the area because they know like the fox forest and then a little trail down to the little village. That's like
Yeah.
kind of it.
As you crowd around and look at that, do you have any particular knowledge of the land, Mordakian?
It's certainly gone across land from the major city.
Yeah. So more, more about inland rather than outside of that. The
Sounds right.
Yeah, the shape of the jungle looks vaguely like it could be on Bryce Island. When you look at it, Cascade, that's not the name that you use for it,
But
but
it's the land folks' name, so
yeah, that's what they call it. The island sits just a short distance off the coast of the southern shore. It's a little bit further over the horizon than you could see from this beach, though.
we're
If
at
you,
Lonely Beach at the
yeah,
moment, right? Yeah.
yeah, and so Bryce Island is off to the almost due east of where Lonely Reach is.
And it's definitely a lot quicker to go to Bryce Island than it is to go all the way to the mountains because they're like
Yeah,
right in the northwest corner of the
yeah,
map, if I'm remembering it right.
yeah, it is.
Yeah.
So it's across the
whole thing.
entire land to get to Jackberg Mountain.
I mean, that light's always been burning. It'll be fine.
What way did the dragon go?
It flew off up the coast to the north. Uh, it looks like it was just doing a lazy drive around the countryside and decided to follow the coastal roads.
Well, Darkhead just saw it and went a bit like dragon, as if he's adding something to a mental list of
Yeah,
monsters to kill.
working their way through alphabetically through the monster manual or something.
I was gonna say it's like he's making his own manual of them.
So you've got a treasure map. You know
Yeah.
about the
How do we
uh,
get there?
how would you get there? You'd
We're in
need a boat, unless you're
We're in
really
the
good at
dock.
swimming.
think I can see a boat.
Yeah, I mean,
We've
you
got
could all.
half a boat.
And not
Can
the
the
good
shiny
half.
shiny one in the water take us? Just carry us there?
No, 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 no. I am not a whale transportation system.
What
Do you
about your
know a
friend
whale
Jimbo?
transportation system?
Whale
Summon
way.
Jumbo.
I mean, I could go down and summon Kenneth, but also, again, this is really shallow in this little bay area, and like, then they'll get stuck, and then we have to, like, have you ever tried to move a whale?
Yeah. Aside from that, the tracks were broken some time ago due to earthquakes, and Kiwi Whale doesn't work in your area anymore. I'm from Gisborne, everyone. Hi. We have a train that goes across the airport runway, but not to any other destination.
So you can get one
Yeah,
side of
you can drive out to the countryside,
airport
have a
to the
little
other.
picnic, and drive back. It is a beautiful old steam train, though. It's fucking gorgeous. If you get a chance, it's well worth the time. We do also have there are bike tours, so there are two bikes attached together, and you can pedal out following the railroad until it ends, and then you turn around and come back.
Oh
So
my gosh.
is-
Is there pedal boats that the
we,
folks can take?
for the game or in Gisborne, because I'm going to
No,
stop plugging Gisborne now. Um,
the game.
The
It's
tourism
the
board
boat,
thanks
like,
you.
those little higher
Well,
pedal
like the
boats.
ones that you'd hire out down at the marina or at a pond or
Like a
something, and
swan.
just
Or at Pukekota Park, like here in Taranaki.
well, you could go and check with the with the dockmaster. You have probably heard the name Broncus before.
Broncos.
Didn't write this.
Don't we already have a boat? Can we just use the boat we already have?
It's not going to float. And you didn't seem to like the water before.
I just don't like this and just wave to everything. Just like point to the sun. I just
All
don't
of
like
this. That too.
Whereas
The
I
algae
specifically
I liked.
do not like the water. I'm gonna go talk to Broncus.
Can Magnus swim?
Oh,
If he doesn't like the
in
water, did you ever take the time to learn?
I think in a very haphazard way.
Yeah.
He could kind of flail his arms and kind of propel himself, but yeah, it would be a little bit touch and go the deeper it gets, and he just
Yeah.
kind of starts, oh, no.
Yeah. Once you can't touch the bottom, which has seldom been a problem for you.
There is that.
Let's wait out. I thought this is swimming. I'm just still walking. What's going on here?
Yeah. I'd say he can kind of swim. Petunia, his hammer, definitely can't swim. So he's like, no, find a boat.
Right. You head to the docks. Oh, right there. You need a boat.
Are you the one they call Broncus?
Aye, they call me that. I wish they'd stop, but it kind of stuck. So Broncus it is.
What is your actual name if it is not Broncus?
Harold.
Ah. Good to meet you, Broncus. Can we get a boat?
Well, I suppose I've got a couple boats left that you could take. Make a bond roll.
Oh no. Wait, why am I the one talking?
Yeah, I don't know. Why did you talk? Because it's a game, and you're like me, play low charisma and talk a lot.
Yep. That's another 4.
Oh, I'll tell you what. You can take that boat over there. Her name's the Last Resort.
Sounds like it's going to be a great boat.
Oh, I'm sure you'll have a fun time. I am gonna go out for a bit of a fishing trip. Just tie her up at the dock when you're back. I
Also,
yeah.
obligatory, cut my boat into pieces. This is my last resort.
I banned that at my table on Monday games.
I mean, if it collapses, then we will be suffocating, no breathing.
It's getting awfully close to being banned here too. I will just warn you as well. I've not been rolling 2s all day, like last week. It was another 12. So I'm
Last
sorry you
week,
get the last
we
resort.
rolled so badly, and we rolled so good at this time.
Okay.
Yeah.
What does our boat look like?
Only good things.
Yeah, only good things. It's above the water at the moment. It is a
Yay.
very old looking longboat sort of thing. Plenty of room. You are going to have a bunch of paddling going on. You will have room to stretch out should you need a break. And there is what looks to be a little shady lean-to has been sort of erected at one end for people to get out of the sun. The cloth does look like it's turned into some kind of sheet material, like solid, from all the mildew and crusting that's grown over it from just exposure.
Yeah, Kale immediately goes right into that little shitty spot.
Yeah, it has an odd smell in there. Sort of salty, sort of weird.
It's
I should
shade.
stop this description.
The sun's not
Okay. Are there any other boats around? And can Magnus possibly take something from those boats to make our one look cooler?
You see Broncus waving from another ship. You can read on the side of the prow at the front of it, whatever. Uh,
The first resort.
the proud Gabby. It is
Oh.
a very nice looking boat, and he's leisurely rowed it out into the bay. Fishing rods. You watched him load fishing rods as you inspected the last resort. He looks like he's gone out for a bit of a
Don't
paddle.
think he's going to be capturing anything today.
I don't think that he's going out for the fish.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's just going out for sitting in the sun and drinking that flagon of beer that he took with him. I don't know.
Dangerous behaviour.
It is.
Yeah.
Don't drink on the ocean, and don't drink the ocean, and unless you're a sea folk.
Unless you like salt.
I do. I'm not going to drink the ocean.
If the three
Anyway.
of you want to be in the boat, and I can swim along beside and see if there's anything around, and then when I get a bit tired, I can just take a break on the boat, but keep an eye out around for weird, horrible sea monsters.
Yep.
Yeah.
Kale's gonna look at the oars, look at his arms, their arms, look at Mordecai's arms, and then look at the big minotaur. Just go. This is. I have to row, aren't I? I don't want to do this. Big guy, can you row this?
I should be able to.
Yeah. You sit down, and despite it being kind of a wide vessel, you outwide it and grab both of the oars, and with powerful strokes, you are soon heading out along the coast and heading
I
out.
did dragon boating in high school. And by that I mean with people that were dragon kid in a boat.
You just drag the boats.
Dragging boat. Dragon boats and kraken boats.
As you turn out to cross across to Bryce Island at the shortest point, as indicated by Cascade, who has a good understanding of the sea, and by various maps that you looked at on the dock before you left, with a little sign like "You are here," and Bryce Island drawn over there with some comically large jungle trees and that. It was not to scale. It probably had some crosswords on it. You start pushing out to sea, and the core of the seagulls echoes across the air as the slap of the waves on the boat, the oars splashing in the water. The seagulls are getting louder.
Mordakian is going to like sit on the prow and like glare at the horizon and go,
Like
the ocean reminds me of what happened to my family. They went on a beach holiday without me one time. I was being an accountant. It was fine.
take a break. Come
Cascade
away
just
with
pops up
us
and
for
is
the
like,
summer.
"What's an
Let's go
accountant?
upstate."
It's a
What's an
question I ask myself every night.
Mm,
Oh, that's too much. The seagulls are getting louder and louder, and as you look up to see what the problem is, you see a, almost like a giant meatball of seagulls flying down with uh, some sort of intent for your ship.
who coordinated the seagulls?
Yeah. The susurration of seagulls is somewhat suspicious.
Birds, shut up.
We have cause for alarm.
Hey.
There it is.
Well done. Well done.
We must flock to battle.
It's tell on now.
There's a bunch of birds.
Yeah, they're coming.
Be careful.
They're closer. The birds are upon you. And as the birds start sweeping down amongst you all, beaks, peck, and scratch, and I'd like you to all roll a, dodge check. So your agility to try and get out of the way. If you are to go just straight underwater, you're probably going to avoid that issue.
I was going to ask if I can just straight go under the water, just be like,
Yeah, I'll give you a +2 on your dodge check for the ability that you can take 100% cover.
I have none of my abilities work here.
I rolled a
Yeah,
12.
that's what I've been looking through. Magnus does have a specialty called farm wisdom, but these are not farm animals
No, they're
necessarily.
not. Yeah, I mean the ocean floor, the paddocks of the sea. No, I'm not going to allow it.
I mean,
I'm not justifying
seagulls
it for
don't
you.
go that far out to sea.
No,
But
To be in
they
a
come
farm.
inland when it's
something
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
two of us could work together, just saying. Your farm knowledge, my sea knowledge, and then, hey, sea farming.
How did everyone go?
I got a 6.
A
I got a
6.
6. I couldn't
Wow.
think of anything to add either.
Yeah.
Or at least I
Eight.
can
An
justify.
8.
Got an 8. Nothing. Kale could add on to at this point. That would
Yeah,
really
no,
make
that's
sense.
quite all right.
Dang.
The seagulls flock down aggressively, pecking and biting. They start landing on the deck. The scoring, the like score noises that they're making are just absolutely loud and obnoxious. They're pecking away at you. What do you want to do about this? They
I'm guessing
they
it's
got
hammer time.
slightly less than 6, so yeah.
Nice.
Oof.
Nice.
Can I totally free willy this and like jump out from the ocean and have a whole wave of water and just literally jump over the boat and try and knock out as much of these seagulls as possible?
You're gonna splash them with water. Fantastic! I love it.
You gotta pull the chameau.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
like pulling a wave of water and literally attacking them with myself in a wave of water and just diving over the boat over top of all my new friends.
Okay, I want to see how this goes. Make an attack roll. Because it's the manipulation of water. I'm gonna say that your magic is manifesting with. I'll let your what's the one you used before for doing the investigations? Brains, isn't it? That's the
Brains
word
or
I'm looking for.
pond.
Yeah, we'll go with brains for this
Okay,
one.
cool. Can I also use the power of the ocean, please? Because I'm
You
literally
can use the power of the ocean. I will allow that.
excellent.
It's
I get a
literally.
+7 to this roll.
Oh, that's pretty good.
It helps if I roll on the desk. I love these dice. They're so
I made a mistake
extreme.
giving them away.
A 19 or a
It's an 18.
Okay, that's okay. Um,
Just like tentacle hair flying. You just see this glittering light reflecting as they dive over top of you. Just like,
I needed to find my monsters. Hang on, they're at the back of this one.
Kale and one of the birds are both watching, just like nodding, like, yeah, just full on, no longer fighting, just watching this.
Where order it? Yes. So I rolled 11, and that takes me up to 15. So that's only actually a difference of 3. And a difference of 3 on an opposed action is still pretty good. It takes 1 limit damage as you soar up through the air, water catching seagulls and knocking them into the ocean. Some of them flounder, some of them are broken on impact as your wave comes crashing down. There is a rainbow left in the mist as you soar over. Happy Pride
For
Month,
Pride
everyone.
Month.
Fuck yes. I
How,
mean, I'm wearing my flag basically. So
mine's in shadow, but it's there.
yeah.
in the darkness.
I'm
My
a
pride mug
mermaid
is over
making a
on my
rainbow.
table. I don't have my pride mug with me. I got my pride mug over on the table.
Fantastic.
The water.
Okay.
Yeah.
As
So
after this, right as
we've
this is
still got
happening,
seagulls on the desk.
how many are
Some of
left?
them are dead. There are still lots of them. There's a lot of
Okay.
seagulls. Yeah.
Magnus is gonna take his hammer and then do like a golf swing.
Yeah.
Which that means it's hammer time, everybody.
Oh, it does. Yeah. Roll your
So I add brawn and
uh,
can't touch this.
prawn and hammer time.
That's a 10 again.
Oh, very good.
Consistency.
They got a 9. These are slightly better foes than frogs.
Seagulls
Makes
greater
sense.
than frog
Yeah.
in the hierarchy.
Yeah, even though that was a pretty big frog, a flock of seagulls is a bad fashion choice. You do land a mighty blow, and you do catch several. You do catch several of them. You get at least a couple, and a couple you do get a birdie, is what I'm saying with your golf swing.
Hey.
So yes, a difference of just a couple of one there. KL, Wadakian, what's up? You're sitting on a boat, seagulls pecking at your head. You got to resist singing the song so much.
Mordakian's going to feel like the rapier is the most appropriate instrument for dealing with just a pile of seagulls. Off his back as he keeps it, and just pause for a moment and mutter to himself, "Seagulls," as if he's adding something to a mental list, and then take a swing with I guess brawn and edges is what we're adding for this.
Yeah.
6 plus 4 is 10.
Fantastic. Let me get a new dice and try that. Oh, that's very low. 2 plus 4, 6. You got a 10. That's a difference of 4, which is going to be another 2 limit points to it as you dart out.
Ones that we're just perching along the rail.
Yeah. Just sort of skewer them all along, and you start slashing through these things. The seagulls are starting to lose interest. Maybe you weren't the meal they were looking for.
Is there still a group of them, like kind of really grouped up, kind of close
Yeah,
together?
they're spreading out, but they're still attacking quite vigorously. You've certainly got a decent enough target.
Would like to do a group task with Magnus, if possible. Kale would like to. You said there's that kind of moldy, but still kind of the curtain that was that shady area. Kale would like to, with nimble fingers, get it off and then use it to like scoop up some of them into like a bag and then chuck it and go, "It's hammer time!" And so he can swing at just a group of them, and some Magnus can just take and just swing like a baseball.
So you're gonna sort of herd them all together so that there's one big ball of them.
Take the thing, herd them all together in this thing bag, and then chuck in the air for like a baseball or a golf swing. Of it's hammer time.
Give me a what kind of check is that going to be? How do you put what stat is the most appropriate for putting?
I'm arguing with my specialty, and you'll notice even though Kale can be melancholy in the sun, we're fighting. It's not stupid.
You're saying for the day.
Using especially of nimble fingers to get down this curtain and quick agility or quick precision to
so
wrap them up.
you want to sort of agility, sort of speed chase these things into a bag to give it into a. Okay, so this is going to give will be a game changer for next turn. So make a roll, add your agility, and add your nimble fingers.
Fingers is a specialty.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a 12. Plus 5.
Plus 5, yeah, huge success. So the seagulls have all been sort of corralled, or the larger part of them have been chased into a sort of smaller area now. It's much easier to hit, and there will be a +3 game changer on the next attack against them.
Yeah, Magnus is gonna.
Seagulls
Girl
Magnet.
shouts out, "It's hammer time!"
The seagulls swing towards you, and the first ones get to you a little bit before you can swing at the main body. Do you want to duck out of the way before you swing your hammer for hammer time?
Um,
Like get a little bit of a wind up and try and avoid them because they came in hard and hot.
I think just reflexively, yeah. Try
Yeah.
to.
Okay. You can use the +3 on this, having seen them being herded towards you, or you can wait to the attack. It's your
Um,
decision.
oh, I think I'd use a +3 on this.
Yeah.
So I think he's confident on being able to swing.
Very good.
I needed that. I got a 1.
Oof.
So with the +3 and then +1 agility, that's a 5.
+3 and +1. That's a 5. You're not gonna like what I rolled
Oh no.
as the seagulls
Imagine.
swiped in. It's not great.
Rolled.
Let me just
Sammy
make
rolled a
sure.
12. And
So
then
we
gets
rolled a
modified.
12. It's a difference of 10.
Oh!
Uh, the you sort of twist around, getting the perfect strike ready as these seagulls fly in towards you. The first ones hit, and you weather them, waiting for the main ball of them to come, and you take 4 limit damage
Oh!
as they lance across, scratching you. Swing back against them now.
If you're still up.
Just
Yeah,
barely.
I imagined there'd be a just. At least I hoped.
Do I still swing on my
Yeah,
last
you can
legs?
absolutely swing.
So this is brawn and hammer time. Is that car? No, that
Don't
is
forget
not.
the +3 game changer as well.
I used that to
You
try to
you
dodge.
stood on the
And
dodge, yeah, yeah. I
what
rolled a
could have been even
12, and
worse.
yeah,
I'm still glad you used that.
Yeah,
it
I
it
think I
couldn't have gotten
benefited.
worse, to be perfectly honest.
Okay, that's good. That's good. I
Yeah,
can't quite get one shot, but
yeah, no,
pretty close to that. So that is 8 plus 5, 13 to the safety.
13.
Howdy.
Fantastic. You, uh, as you stand there, sort of winding back, the seagulls slashing out and scoring some pretty nasty looking hits. You see your opportunity and you swing, and you don't know how a collection of birds makes the sound of a baseball being hit by a bat. But this ball of birds is blasting off again, uh, and you send the bodies of the creatures, of the seagulls, scattering across the waves.
Ding!
Just warning for ads.
Yes, it's a good place to pause
Yeah.
here for another ad break.
Ad
We're heading
time.
into our last hour for today.
Sorry, Magnus. I didn't know the birds would be hurting you that hard.
It's a good opportunity to hydrate, stretch, take your meds, and remember to love yourself. We'll be back in about 3 minutes, so see you then.
So he was a little too gullible.
Hey!
There it is.
Hey,
There it is.
I'll just get something to eat.
Yeah,
perfect.
fantastic.
Now I'll get
I
some lunch.
am going to have a stretch also.
Yes,
Um,
everybody stretch.
yes,
Oh,
we all should stretch. I shall
oh. Clicking every bone in my body.
I shall stand up. I shall take the mic with me, and I'll talk about something. Amy, if you're back, Amy, you can talk
Talk
about
about
something.
something.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'll take the
Talk about
mic
some of the
anyway.
cool events coming up. Well, haha, it's my stream now. So yeah, so
I'm
those of
still
you that
here,
for those that are unaware, today is part of Kiwi RPG Week. We are heading into the final of Kiwi RPG Week, and there are still a number of really cool events coming up. So after the stream, like literally after the stream, there is a really cool Duck Tales quest. We're hoping to go and raid it. So, and that is being run by Zero, who is a lovely friend that we've met in Yes and Charity. Tonight on Fate of Ison, there is the White World, as we talked about, at 7:30, which has got Jules and myself and possibly Kasha, and then maybe some of the other Ison crew, depending who's around. Tomorrow, there is Dice Legends, I believe, are doing something. There's a couple new podcasts dropping. Please go check the schedule. And then I know tomorrow night at 6:30 you can catch myself, Samsara, Lyndon, and Severin, possibly all of us, over on Fate of Ison for the Yes and Fades, where we take all the people who are Fades who also happen to be in Yes and. So it's going to be at 6:30 over on Fate of Ison, and it's going to be a really cool hangout. And Jules, Samsara, myself, and Penny are all Fades, and we're also all the part of the production team. So you can also chat with, like, learn some of the behind the scenes secrets. Maybe, I don't know. Penny's there; she'll tell us what we're not allowed to say. I'm really excited. Hopefully, we get to talk a little bit about the characters we're planning on playing, because I'm really excited for my character for that.
I have to commit my
And being able
backstory.
to represent something really important as well. So, yeah.
I have to commit my backstory to paper or digital.
I still haven't written her full backstory. A lot of it's going to come out in roleplay, I think. But I have a concept of who she is and why she is. I still haven't defined the one defining factor about her yet, so I still got to work out that one.
Oh, the how of it?
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. I might need to do some more one shots with her at a lower level to figure out.
Heads up,
Oh,
heads up.
no!
Linda.
Oh no!
Tragedy.
I was just thinking it looks really cool. I need to get one of them, but now I'm thinking hard about it.
And
Slightly
sadly,
hazardous.
Mordecai is no longer with us. The seagulls have won. They carried off his body.
Thank you for enduring any ads you may have had to endure. It's a great reason to take a stretch and a rest and hydrate. It also keeps the pre-rolls at bay so that people who come to the channel for the first time get to join in straight away, unless they come during the ads, in which case, bad timing, but we're glad to have you here anyway. Thanks for sticking around. After the seagulls, you settle back. Magnus, you are a little worse for wear. You took the brunt of the blow. It was a very Goku Vegeta sort of moment.
I have another question about limit damage, because this also, since we rested overnight, is overnight a thing that heals limit damage?
Overnight would have taken you back to full limit. You would have had a long rest.
Perfect.
So you
In
would have
that
started
case,
fresh this
I will
morning.
pop up, see Magnus, and be like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, you just see blood.
Yeah.
From a lot of different, like, pecking wounds.
Yep, just like pull myself up to the side of the boat and be like,
help,
I got this. And then just start pulling my hands apart as like water starts pulling down, and I just start like magically controlling it over you and just like pulling out blood and kind of forcing your wounds back together. I will put both my cleansing limit damage back into Magnus and give 2 points back.
So as you feel the fresh spray of the ocean caress your body, you see the blood washing away, and there are no scratches and scars left.
It's all I can do for today. I can't do it many times.
Plus two per use, plus 2 limit per use, so
Yeah.
plus 4 total healing.
Yeah, so 4 total limit recovered.
Oh.
Yeah.
So if you only want to use one, I think that's
okay.
fine.
Yeah,
So
in that case, I only use one. I thought it was 1 point per use.
But no, you return 2 limit per use of that action, which is more than the usual one. You can do that twice a day.
So, okay, cool. So I will use 1 use, which will give you 2 points back, which should
easy.
Mostly not knock you out if you get hit.
Yeah. So the cuts are washed away, but the exhaustion of being harried by so many creatures still sort of remains. Still feel a little bit sluggish, but you're sure you'll perk up over the rest of the day. It's but a flesh wound, and it's not even that anymore.
Yeah, the sun's out, lovely weather.
Yeah.
It's back in the shadows.
You paddle towards Bryce Island. I've got to roll some dice quickly.
I will swim out to the ocean and pick up the sail that was used for the better ball of seagulls and then return it so that Gale has their shade back.
Puts it back up. I offer some shade to Mordecai because it looks like we both accept that nighttime is better than the sun.
Sitting like this.
On the front, just like
We got the hoods up.
Batman on the top of a building in Arkham Asylum.
I am the night.
The island appears in view in the distance, and soon you close down. You can close down that distance, and you can see the shore ahead, the jungle standing thick behind it. You hear the sound of tropical birds, sort of just caws and squawks and unusual birds.
Let birds.
They ignore you and continue to squawk. The sounds of the jungle come alive as the
Ears
boat
poke out, glaring, and then just swim back.
pulls up onto the shore. You're on an island. You have a map with an X on it.
Okay. Can I make a brains check to figure out where the X is in relation to where we are?
Yeah, absolutely.
And it might be a stretch, but somehow makes sense in my mind. One of my specialties is tracking. So can I try to track where
Yeah.
where the X would be in the
Yeah. No, that'll
They
certainly give you help.
out. Where's the X? I don't see an X.
Like someone going through a breakup. Where's the X?
Not your problem anymore. They're your X.
That is tilted. That's a 14.
14. Yeah, really good. You can see how the map lines up against the island and where it should be. You can follow around the cove to like around the beach and get to a closer point. I will allow you to remove one of the encounters as it happens. So there are a number of encounters that are going to happen on your journey to the X. You can tell me which one, when it comes up, you want to avoid.
Okay. I think I'd roleplay this like, what is Magnus the most?
Yeah.
Yeah. What does he not want to encounter? What is he the most adverse to?
Question
Yeah.
for the goddess.
Probably birds at this point, yeah.
Which of our encounters is the most dangerous?
Well, I'm not going to tell you that. I'm going to start the encounter, and you can tell me. You will be able to just veto that encounter. So whether you use it or not is up to you.
Yeah, I would say anything bird related. He's got a little bit of a phobia now.
Yeah.
I can't go back.
You
Eagles.
you start making your way around the sandy beach. The walk is pleasant. The sand firm beneath your boots.
Not pleasant.
Well,
None of this is pleasant.
largely pleasant.
Not natural. Don't like it.
They got the sulkers in the back just sulking. Just
Yeah. If you weren't being so precious, the walk would be pleasant. You
So gritty.
you see up at the point where
It's
you
everywhere.
determine would be best to enter the jungle, you see a figure frantically scratching or doing something to a boulder just up ahead. They look to be a sea folk person scratching at this boulder.
Hey, see
Hello?
person.
They
Okay, so we're playing this subtle.
yeah. You as you yell out to them, their head slowly turns around and they look over their shoulder at you.
Just like one of my tentacles waves.
You see them follow their head around, maintaining their eyes focused on you. This is my treasure. Stay away. And they draw their sword.
How about this? You walk into the ocean, We take the treasure, and then everyone's okay.
It's mine. Go find your own.
We did find our own. We have a map. This is our treasure.
And he charges at you.
Not a friend.
Not a friend. Friend or foe?
Magnus, since you insisted on telling him that this was your treasure, could you make a dodge check?
Oh, it's my fault for being a mouthy bitch.
Wow. Okay, it's okay if you say it about yourself. Don't ever use that as an excuse for anything else.
That's a 4.
It's a 4? Okay.
It's a 4.
I just healed you.
I'm back on my BS.
Okay. That is a difference of 3 in favor of them. I hate to break it to you.
Could be worse.
And as he runs up, you feel the impact from the blunt sword. You sort of dip your shoulder down to catch it on your pauldron, and it sort of clangs and jars. You get a bit of a in your shoulder and take 1 limit damage. As this just this sea folk looks unwell. Like there's definitely some sort of thing going wrong in their head. They are obsessed with this treasure. They're going to stop you.
Tails, is this treasure a rock? Why are we arguing over rock? Like, is the treasure a rock?
Not that you know.
I think probably when we first saw this person, Mordakian just sort of vanished around the side and started working to flank them, and is going to throw a dagger at them.
Yeah. Roll a agility. Add your. Let us know what
Can I
specialty
throw it
you're using.
precisely?
You can throw. So precision is what you're going for, rather. Yeah. So precision would be a better one for ranged attacks.
Cool. Good. Can I use the shadows from whence I am throwing the dagger?
Yeah,
If
you
there
could have
are
slipped
any.
into the shade of the jungle and throw from there.
That's very helpful. 6 plus 6 is 12.
Fantastic. 5 and 2 is 7. That's a difference of 5. Your dagger sails out and catches him square in the side. It sort of hunches over as this thing pierces into him. He takes 2 limit damage from a difference like that. He is still up.
Are there any rocks or anything on the beach that we're on? Like good, just little rocks.
Yeah, there's bound to be something lying around.
Okay, I would like to again, kind of still swiftly move around the side and pick up a rock and with precision, just chuck it at the guy's head.
Okay, sure.
The creature's head, just trying to get it to
throw
be knocked
precision
out or just.
And,
that's it. That's no other specialty. That's it. Just precision.
Just well, I mean, if you want to add it, if you've got a specialty to add.
Flex this. They could sigh and do this.
Yeet.
Fuck. Well, might as well try to knock this guy out so we can get this treasure. Where this crap is. Yeah, I'll do my sigh in the sun.
Yep.
Move around and just still somewhat like, and just chuck it melancholy. Just I don't want to do this, but fine. I still rolled pretty good. That's plus 5, and I rolled so a total of 9.
Total of 9. The rock sails through the air and cracks him clean on the side of the head, and he just drops like a sack. He seems
the equivalent of non-lethal damage. That'd be
like it is the equivalent of non-lethal damage. He is sort of punctured, which could be a problem, especially if someone recovers their dagger. We're not sure about how that's going to play out just yet. But he is no longer a threat. And this tiny little creature that was frantically trying to bang on your chest and hit you with the sword is now crumpled at your feet, Magnus.
I would like to
obviously.
jump on top and use my tentacle here to pin him to the ground.
Who? The
Yeah,
knocked out
he's
merman.
down, but he's
Yeah,
not
sea folk.
out, so keep it in place.
Oh yeah, he's unconscious. So
Okay.
yeah,
Never mind then.
yeah, he's unconscious.
You said he was unwell as well.
Yeah, you can see sort of signs like his fingernails where he was scratching at the rock are all chipped and broken off, and his fingertips are bleeding. He looks like he's not been practicing self care for some time now. There's some sort of mania that you could pick up in his voice.
Can I use my magic cleansing abilities, the
Yeah.
fact that I have like that healing magic, to just sort of like see if I can figure out if this is like a poison from the land or if it's just
Yeah,
like
sure. Make a
an
bond check.
infection? And may I add my cleansing heals? Since this is...
Absolutely. You're doing exploratory triage magic.
I rolled an 8, so that's a 13.
Yeah. A combination of too much time on land, greed, something like that. You're picking up a lot of
Definitely dehydrated and needs
yeah,
a potion soak.
yeah. He's definitely been uh, put into a delusional state. He
He's
is.
suffering from landlocked. Oh my gosh, it's a terrible, terrible affliction. Can you help me move him to the ocean so we can get him a bit of hydration?
I might be able to do that. Can I just grab him and throw him into the ocean?
Yeet.
Basically.
Yeah. Yeah, it
Before,
wouldn't be too
before Magnus
tricky.
does, before Magnus does, I put my nimble fingers and I try to reach in and grab the dagger, Mordecai's dagger, so that dagger doesn't just get thrown in the sea as well.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah.
I may have forgotten about the dagger.
Yeah, that's okay.
Assuming you want the dagger back.
Go get
it. Just do a quick contested check versus each other to see who's faster versus who's yeeting her.
Oh yeah. So mine would just be a straight brawn to.
Yeah, just go brawn as you
Would
go
mine
to
be
throw
agility
this thing.
and my nimble fingers to try to beat this? Okay.
Okay. I got a 6.
I got a 10.
Oh,
Okay,
nice.
fantastic. Yeah, you grab the dagger as and quickly pull it out as the sea folk creature gets thrown towards the sea. There's a little spitting trail of blood propelling it further over the horizon. It doesn't go over the horizon. You didn't eat it that far. The body does splash down into the shore, and
It's fine. It can breathe underwater. We all can. Probably should have checked with the eels to make sure that they don't eat him since he's bleeding, though.
Nah, screw him. He hurt
It
me.
would have been better than having him. He doesn't do. They don't do self care. I don't want to leave a dagger if someone doesn't do self care. This dagger needs to go back to its owner.
I have other daggers.
Begrudgingly
But thank
trudges back over and just kind of hands it to him like here, and then just meh, there you go. Back to just being this melancholy.
can't
And
see
then-
the red and the black robes.
Going back, then goes over to a rock to what was this? What was this thing doing? Why is it scratching a rock? Pokes the rock.
Yeah, the rock has scratch marks on it. You can see the blood from where he had worn his fingertips down in his madness. It's just a mess. There's nothing discernible in it. Just madness.
Does it
Just a rock.
actually match? Not that I would know. I mean, I've never seen paper. It doesn't exactly live in the ocean.
Yeah.
But does it match where on the map we're meant to be looking?
The rock
Yeah.
or the mess that he's left on there? Because the mess that he's left on there is just sort of handprints and scratching. Yeah.
Like we're not at the X where this rock is. Like
No, you're not. This was deemed to be the shortest route inland to the X.
Is there an X in blood though, like some form of looking X in the rock? Something that kind of looks.
I mean, there are lots of things where fingerprints have crossed
X.
over.
Treasure, can we go home now? Points at the X.
The treasure was
Say,
the crazy people you met along the way.
Differently thinking.
No.
Neurodiverse.
Yeah.
Kale will look
People that
around,
attacked us.
general area. Is there anything else? Like, just a rock? Is there anything in the kind of general, immediate vicinity that we might have missed, or just a rock?
You can make a
Or-
census check and have a look around. See what you see.
Ooh, a 12.
Oh, very good. 12
All
total?
right. 12 total, yes.
Yeah. You
Sorry, 11 plus 1. 11 and plus 1, so dirty 12.
fantastic. You look around. There is signs the sky has been here a while and not doing well. There's no other equipment around. You find discarded papers, like the kind that rations are usually kept in, an empty bag that's got a tear along it, where equipment must have fallen out after it was ripped. You suspect he had some misfortune in the jungle on the way in and lost his gear, came back out to the ocean and had nothing else to do. Went a little crazy from that. There's not
So
much else around here, and there's
this
no
is a sea folk creature,
clues.
or
Yeah, this is the sea
humanoid?
folk creature that was scratching on the. Sea folk creatures are the sea folk are just a generic term for our lovely mem friends. So
Uh,
Anything underwater.
Kay will turn and uh, ask Gage, why would, why would they come up on shore and look in the jungle?
I guess they really wanted to find this treasure, but like we all know when we're going to dwell on land, like first thing is you make sure you're near water so you can hydrate, because like landlocked is no joke.
Takes a swig of his water, another water skin. Hydration. Yep. Big guy, you got the map. Where else do we go next?
yeah,
Somewhere.
I like that. We're somewhere.
you turn towards the jungle. It seems almost like a impenetrable wall as you approach it.
Yes,
But
but Magnus is also an impenetrable wall, so we're just gonna walk straight.
Impenetrable wall meets an impenetrable wall.
Let's see which one comes out. The walliness.
yeah, it's all going to depend whether their courses are parallel or perpendicular.
Mm.
Yeah. So uh, you walk into the jungle for a while, pushing your way through leaves, trees, vines. The sound of
How dark is it?
it's uh, it's not vastly dark. It's certainly not oppressively dark for being under the canopy of the trees. There are gaps and spaces above where light filters through quite easily, and with the slight breeze up at the top of the trees, there is a lot of movement to allow dappled light to flow down through in here. It's better than being on the beach in direct sunlight, but it ain't no night.
Yeah.
It ain't no night.
The hood is up. The hood stays up.
Yeah. You continue forward, and after uh, what seems like a little bit of back and forthing, you come to an idyllic clearing with a shimmering pond of cool, fresh water. There are a few small animals hanging around, little cat like creatures. Uh, Over by the pond, there's uh, a little warthoggy looking guy wanders off to the side when you come into the clearing.
Kale's gonna stay back in the shadows. There's so much out in the trees. I'm not gonna approach this yet.
Yeah.
I'm so tempted to go and dive into that pool. It looks amazing.
Yeah.
Can sea folk creatures handle fresh water and salt?
Yeah.
Sea folk kind of synonymous with like all water dwelling creatures, because like pond folk or river folk, like they just kind of all get blended. Some of us are like acclimatized to both salt and freshwater, so
Yeah.
but some just prefer salt, some prefer fresh.
Yeah.
I can kind of do both. Yeah.
So it's a preference thing.
Hell suspicious of this instinct.
It's like the whole concept of gender up here. Like we just morph into whatever we need. Like
Right? What is this gender people, the humans talk about?
and like
I'm
the
just sparkly. That's
obsession with clothes. Like that's annoying.
right. I like Kale points to their clothes. Like just I had to fit in. You have to kind of play the part.
All
I mean,
day.
they seem to freak out if you just walk through. I
Right.
mean, like the ears and the tail. I like them. That's nice. But this, I like my
Oh my
sparkly
gosh, the
skin.
moment when I get into the ocean at night and I just get to release my fins after a day of keeping them all in place, and it's just like, oh.
Roughly to each other.
Yeah, as Magnus just walking through jungle, just
Yeah. You just carry on past the clearing.
yep.
Yeah. You
Again, he doesn't like water. He's got like no reason to
no
stop,
reason
really.
to stop. Yeah. You
It's like,
you don't hydrate.
Anyway,
I want to go swimming. But Cascade will stick with the group.
Yeah. As you
we have water at home.
oh gosh.
We're on a
Tastes
short
like
vacation. We didn't pay for extra time. We have to stick to the schedule.
oh my gosh. You carry on further into the jungle. The clearing left behind, and it does start to become that sort of thicker, denser jungle. It becomes oppressive in here as you continue traveling. You start feeling a little uneasy. Even the sounds of the creatures, which were sort of annoying but lively before, seem muted and distant now. The vines seem to have no regard for personal space as they start twisting in front of your path, getting under your like in front of your legs. You're sure it was clear as you step forward. The vines keep coming towards you. This is an opportunity.
Oh.
The vines be alive.
You see the vines start writhing to reach out. They seem to be coming alive around you.
A good question. Do we want to deal with the vines, or would Magnus put the kibosh on said vines and know how to skirt around them?
I mean, you were a farmer, so you do farming equipment, right?
Plants.
Yeah, he's an inventor of farming equipment. So he.
Yeah.
Yeah, what does his farm wisdom say about the vines?
You've never seen any vines like this before. Certainly none that have been so aggressively coming towards you. And did they start moving over there now too?
I think I'll save it.
Okay.
I think knowing our beloved DM, the last encounter.
See,
Imagine structuring an adventure like that.
Yeah, who would do that?
Who would have thought?
Who would have done
I'm
that?
thinking we have a big brute who understands farming and plants. We got two people with at least metal blades. I think two creatures. We could probably.
That makes sense. I think you'd definitely look at like the daggers, the amount of like sharp things. Like, yeah, we'll be fine.
Yeah, absolutely.
What could go wrong?
In which case, everyone roll agility.
May I argue to add my, is that tentacles? Because they're vines and they're like land tentacles.
I will allow that because it's funny.
Can I add farm wisdom?
Yes, you can add plant wisdom. Yeah.
It's a weed. Yes.
If I pull out my daggers and just charge at them, can I add reckless?
Sure.
It
You're
is
just gonna
pretty
try and
reckless
barrel
move.
through the vines.
Yeah.
And Kale will just look and just
Oh.
do the standard. Is the sun gonna set already? And then just lunge for also just lunge and move forward, sigh, and just move real quick. So agility.
Absolutely.
Agility.
Right.
15.
15. That is a fantastic agility roll. And as you scream, tearing through the vines and slash out at any that get close, you make it past the patch of living vines without any altercations.
I got an 8.
8. Right. Let me just quickly check against this. Okay, you start trying to weave your way through these plants. They you're grappled by it. The vines start wrapping around your ankles as you take too long checking them out. You will be able to break free in subsequent turns. You don't take any damage at the moment.
Oh yeah, I love High School Musical.
Yeah.
We're flying. No, we're not. We freaking hate seagulls.
I'm just wanting to get other songs banned.
Yeah.
This campaign.
Amy, can you just make me a? This is for earlier, but let's do your agility now because I've just noticed another part on the chart that I probably should use.
Well, I rolled a 1, so I got a total of a 4. But I feel like Cascade is like, they're tentacles, they're friends, and just you're down to make friends with the vines.
The diplomat in you wants to talk to the land tentacled creature. Yeah, the land squid. Unfortunately, it doesn't want to have a conversation, and you find yourself being grappled and tripped up and knocked over by these vines, and you take 1 limit damage and are also tangled.
Friend, not friend. Right, what am I rolling?
Just roll a bond check and add your cleansing heals on that.
That's 11.
11. Okay, that works out well anyway. We're quietly modifying the way that your healing works because I just noticed something on the side of the table. Okay. How'd you go down there, Cal?
I was going to ask. Kale would like to, with their 16 check, would like to nimbly try seeing, especially Cascade and Magnus can probably pull themselves up, but seeing Cascade go down, is there any way I can use with that high check enough to nimbly dash and try to slash some of the vines to help untangle them as I make my way through, or sacrifice some of my movement to get them out.
You can try and help them next turn on that.
Yes, then I will dash forward and try to then get ready to assist.
Yeah, as you see some of your friends getting tied up, you want to go back for Cascade. Fantastic. Yeah. So you avoid the vines entirely on your way through. The vines keep trying to wrap up and around you. You can make a brawn roll to try and break free of them. If you are coming back to help, you can give a +2 for assisting on to Cascade's.
Yes, I would like to provide assistance Cascade because I know that Magnus is probably going to be very annoyed at these and just trudge through these damn things.
Yeah.
So Cascade, I'm trying to help Cascade.
Please.
So
I don't like these tentacles. These squid aren't nice.
Yeah, Magnus, make a brawn roll.
You got it.
And I also know
that's a 7.
7. You're still stuck in these tentacles, but you're just pulling your way forward as you tear some off, more wrap on. You are still stuck, but you can continue trying. No damage.
Wait, can't anything be easy? Why is everything a
Life,
threat?
oh
Why
life,
is everything so
oh
hard?
God,
life.
I just wanted a nice walk through the jungle with my new friends.
So I get a
Welcome to the
plus
jungle.
2 to my brawn check with the assistant.
Yep.
It's got a lot of
I have a
vines.
-3 to brawn, which
Yeah.
means I would have a -1.
Yeah.
I rolled a 1, so I got a 0.
Oh no.
No.
The yeah, these things are just tangling you up even more as you're
At
stuck
this
in
point, my
there.
tentacles are getting tangled in the vines as well, so it's just turning into even more of a knot.
Yeah, you take another limit damage as the vines squeeze in tighter and the thorns start scratching at you.
For next, I have a just general question. Are you able to
Yep.
stack abilities, or is it only one specialty
You can
per
only use
action?
so when you make a roll, it's the roll plus an ability plus a specialty. So you
A
can't
specialty.
stack
Okay.
yeah, you can't stack specialties. So trying to help pull Cascade out from the vines didn't help us say tighten in around.
Okay. For this next round, or trying to help. Can I use my nimble fingers and agilityness to try to
Yeah.
help untangle
Okay.
Cascade?
So as you're trying to physically pull these vines apart and off and unwrap Cascade, make a agility check.
Can Mordakian was gonna sort of look back over his shoulder. It's just when I think I'm out, they pull me back in. It's just gonna light like he's got in his inventory a kit for going into dungeons, which I assume like has a torch and tinder stuff.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
I'm just gonna light a torch and try and put either put the
Right.
frights in the vines or
Oh,
get their attention.
yeah,
You
and how does your character feel about fire being that close to them? Uh,
Discord
are
protecting
they
us
vibing?
from loud
Agility,
noises.
Yeah.
fingers. Okay. Whoops.
Uh,
This is my worst nightmare. I'm a fish in a frying pan here.
goodness. Okay, so um, I'll get a nimble fingers. So you wanted agility? Yep.
Yeah,
So
that was agility, nimble fingers for mine, I believe.
yep. So give me that roll.
And once I rolled
You
and double
started the
checked,
fire this turn, and you
It
can.
was always burning since the wheels been turning.
Yep. How
Amy
is?
now that I've
loves this. Cascade is
so initially I thought
terrifying.
it was I thought my roll was an 11, but the dash was on the bottom side. It was actually a 9 that I rolled, so
Oh,
that's a
Oh,
14.
fantastic! It's important to know your sixes from your nines. Uh,
Yep.
so 13. 13 is quite good. You pull away the vines largely, making it much easier. You'll get a +3 on your brawn check to escape. It's still going to be so it's a game changer put in place. Anything else you can add to that will be useful. The fire hasn't spooked the plants yet. You're not sure if they have the sensory receptors to see or detect the danger that
I
is
think Cascade
incoming.
technically doesn't acknowledge it as well because Cascade's
Yeah,
not familiar with the world and wouldn't think of fire naturally.
yeah,
So, yep. Also wouldn't be aware. So, um, I purposely, when I created Cascade, did not give her any weapons because I viewed
yeah,
her as an ambassador. So she does not have any, like, she has water that she can literally punch with, but these are plants.
yeah.
So again, she literally has nothing she can do except roll a straight brawn, which with the +3 puts her at a 0
You can
modifier.
You have
offer me another solution.
I have one called Finding Her Feet, like because she's new on land and doesn't really know.
I was asked, do you have the
Yeah,
ability to control water?
That's
I'm
the power of the ocean,
I'm
but
thinking of a specific potential animation movie show of
yeah.
plants have lots of water in them. What happens if they get dried out?
Yep. Uh, again, logically in her head, these are tentacles, not plants, though.
Sorry.
So, yeah, that's the difference between a character and player knowledge. Like, Amie logically knows I could suck the water out, I could do a ball of water around me, which would protect me from the incoming fireball. Cascade doesn't know anything of
Yeah.
this. She has very low senses.
I'll let you
Because-
find your feet in this situation.
Yeah, that's the
Um,
only thing which gives me a
Trying to
one.
stand up.
It is a whole new world, but that's a different story.
Yeah. I did joke about having her have no voice for a while.
That'd make RP very fun.
So,
Like, blink aggressively.
yeah,
That's not a happy
it's a
face.
2. Is that including the find your feet? 3 in total. Oh goodness.
Do we need to burn our escape now before Cascade passes away?
Do the fire! Do
No.
the fire! Make me a
Yeah.
frying pan fish!
We just destroy the entire jungle.
As
Burn
you
it as we go.
Fine,
struggle
I'll
to
draw
pull
new
yourself
character
up
up for the
and
next
get out
one.
of the way, the vines wrap in ever tighter. You pulling vines off as quick as you can. Magnus, how's your strength roll going over there?
Oh, I was
Your brawn roll, rather.
yeah, I was waiting for the other thing to to resolve. It's like surely Cascade's free. That's a 10.
A 10. Fantastic. You do pull yourself free from the vines this turn as they finally sort of snap off and give up the pursuit.
Again, unmovable wall. Uh,
Suck it,
can I
jungle.
now can I now try to help my fishy friend?
Yeah,
Who is,
absolutely.
I'd imagine
So-
at this point encased.
Fire! Fire!
The
fire!
encasement has been held off by the frantic actions of Kale. With the fire waving around on the tentacles, some of them starting to pop and crackle as the heat starts to. It's very green material. It's not easily flammable, but you do see it
More just
starting to
sort of
dry out.
shoving it
Well,
right
yeah,
in.
just poking the jungle with fire. Uh, with
Sounds like a
extra help
proverb,
from,
but
it does. We'll workshop it. You can make another brawn check to try and get out. You will have 2 other people helping you now, so you get an additional +4, plus you find your feet, and I will let the removal of vines carry, continuing that +3 advantage and a game changer, unless you want to do something else, Kale. As you
I'll
keep
continue to assist and try to again Nimblefinger and Edgerly just keep trying to pull the vines up to give them a
Yep.
better chance to get up and out.
Absolutely.
So that'd be a +7
I think so, yeah.
as we throw everything at this. I
Yeah,
have
we-
every faith, Amy. You can
Yeah.
do it.
Why am I wearing clothes?
Why must I conform?
Terms of services, huh?
Merciless.
Yeah.
Okay, I rolled a 6 plus
Yeah.
7 is 13.
Yeah, that's mechanically enough. Yay! You do have the -3. It's still high enough, though. You
Okay.
all working together finally free Cascade from the vines, and as you tumble backwards, you all get up and start getting away from this little patch of the jungle where things go wrong.
Just start
I
like
see a wall of flame and Magnus just stepping through it, just and the music's playing and just carrying Cascade as they step
Just-
into the wall surrounded by fire.
Absolutely, there's some.
I don't like the fire. I don't like the fire. Just water everywhere.
You sort of stumble on through the jungle a little bit. It starts to thin out a bit. It starts to feel clear. You're pretty sure you've got the right directions, and you're nearly there. You
My friends, I've got a feeling like there may be another thing between us and the treasure, but we should be okay.
No more land tentacles, please.
After all that we've been through and coming together as a group, I'm proud of us.
you
Is there
see
a short rest mechanic? I believe something equivalent.
there is a
of-
short rest mechanic. Would you like to try and take a short break?
might need. Well, I know
Yeah.
Mordecai and I are fine for limits, but
Yeah,
you
I'm
two are
still on
not.
3 out of 5. So
I am 2 out of 5.
That's yeah.
Yeah.
do you
So
want my last
does
heal for the day? Because I can bring you up 2 more. Which you're going to be frontline, so I don't mind doing that.
There's also that.
Yeah. While you're carrying me in my arms and I'm putting your arms and I'm putting out my fire, I'm like, oh, they got you too.
Yep.
and then the short resting. What does that allow? Recover all limit or what is
So
the?
yeah, short resting gives you back a limit and doesn't use any resources or anything. You can use items to heal or magic to heal, and if you are like, there is a limit recovery for when you're trying to fix people. So that's why I had Amy roll before, because it could have worked out better.
I actually was going to ask about an
Yeah,
idea to heal Amy before, but with if we short rest now, everyone will be up to max, I believe. Or no, you'll be close. Amy will be Cascade
yeah,
will be 4 out of 5, and then with the plus extra one, Magnus will be at 5 out of 5.
yeah,
I'll be 5 out of 5. Well, and then Mordecai's same. We'll be mostly healed up if we do a quick short
yeah.
rest to prepare for
So
whatever's coming.
whatever horrible, nasty thing I've left for last, because apparently that's how you would design an adventure.
See,
Um,
as the new one, I believe
yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
Samsara can be trusted. I see that the goddess
I
is
am
simply just showing her the
just,
radiance, and she's gonna
you
be
know,
trustworthy to.
Keep sucking up. Keep sucking up.
yeah,
With
keep
I will
sucking
always metagame.
it.
It's a compulsion. It's terrible.
Yeah. Well,
You can all take a
Cascade.
bit of a rest in the
Yeah.
jungle. It's
Cascade will
uncomfortable, but it's all right.
pull out some sea algae and different bits and start chopping it up and make a little seaweed salad for
Yeah.
everyone and be like, it's good, it'll help heal you and refresh you and give you lots of good chlorophyll and iron and all those good minerals that we need to get through the day.
And eat more
Kale's all with
chicken.
this.
What's
Kale
chicken?
loves this. Kale loves this. Is fine.
Can I use my farm wisdom to explain what a chicken is?
Yes, it shouldn't be a hard explain. Do you,
So, I got a 15
15.
between brains +3 and then farm wisdom +2,
It's
and then 1 of 10.
you explain it, at which point, Cascade, you realize that it's just tuna of the land.
I try not to
Ooh.
say it, but yep,
Yeah,
chicken of the sea.
yeah.
Yeah.
Ding.
Oh. Yeah, I don't eat tuna either. It's weird eating things you talk to.
Who said anything about talking?
You don't talk to your chickens? How do you know if they're happy?
Well, I don't have a farm of my own. I just invent farming equipment and
Oh,
then
so
sell
the
that to
farmers talk to their chickens and make sure that they're happy.
Yes, I try not to get too attached to the chickens. I know what their fate is.
And folk are so weird. More seaweed?
I mean, I am
Mordakian is
hungry.
just
Yes.
lurking on a low branch, watching the surroundings and looking back on the journey, and says to himself, "Vines."
You have a pleasant conversation and a nice seaweed salad on a very uncomfortable patch of ground in the jungle, but it is safe. And after you've rested and recovered some limit, you carry on your journey.
Back to
And
trudging behind.
yeah, trudging, you have
It's there yet.
you've barely gone 3 or 4 meters, and you see tattered cloth on the ground. You feel a breeze blow through the jungle from ahead of you. You look up from
I
the
pick
cloth.
up the tattered cloth.
Yeah, it's a torn bit of canvas, kind of like what would be used on a tent. You look through the jungle ahead, and there's one of those cool racking focus things like they do on Jaws, where the camera moves back, but the zoom goes in and the focus stays. As you look in through the jungle, and you see ahead a campground. It was barely meters from where you were. The tent torn into shreds. The preparations that the people have made kicked around, the fire circle scattered, uh, the stones for the fire. You see belongings laid scattered across the ground, many of them torn to shreds, ragged.
Magnus is going to look at the map and say, "Oh, it's a good thing we don't have to go through the camp. This way, friends." as I use my kibosh that you gave me.
Yeah, good one. Good time to use it. It was really of all the encounters, that was the absolute best one.
I
gonna ask
don't
if you
even
want
want to know. I like the idea that we never find out what did this. We're like, oh, that's weird. Anyway.
Uh,
Kale,
you have a
get
bad
back to the
feeling
deck.
about it. Pardon? You have a bad feeling and you think, no, this isn't, we've had enough for today. And you take a shortcut through. You find yourself standing in front of a cliff face draped with vines. Good vines, not bad vines. Definitely not tentacles. These ones are fine. Don't worry about them. This is where the X should be.
Where's the X? Why are we doing this?
Like, can I kind of like look over the cliff and look down?
The cliff is up.
Oh, up.
Yeah.
Oh, it's worse.
I don't want to climb. I mean, like the first time Great Cascade, I don't want to climb this. This is terrible.
The X
Right.
on the map is clearly on the downside of the cliff. You don't have to climb it.
Oh, thank God.
Unless the map's wrong. What?
What? Who would do that?
Not me. I didn't write this.
Is there anything around us that looks like it could be like a marker for where this
I was gonna start. Yeah,
Any
Kale
kind of
wanted to assist.
landmarks that we can line
Yeah,
up.
just want to have a look around, check the area. Everyone makes census rolls as you search the area.
Oh no.
Can I look into the shadows?
Can
uh,
I add tracking to this?
you can add tracking to this. The shadows, yeah, yeah. I'll let it be shady enough for there to be shadows.
Okay.
Look
I got
underneath stuff, basically.
Yeah.
I got a
I
7.
got a 0. Cascade's
Nice.
not good on land.
You're a little bit traumatized of the vines.
Kale's
Yeah.
gonna just sigh. Sigh.
I got a 17.
17. Oh wow.
8. 8 for Kale.
Yeah. You in your relentless pursuit of shadows with which to brood in, you slip along the cliff face and in behind the vines, and there's a little cave entrance there, and
Guys, I found a shadow.
it's also a
Kale's there.
cave that extends off behind you. You
Kale's
have
there.
noticed-
There. Here's there.
and you found a cave into the cliff.
Alright.
We go into the cave, I would imagine.
Yeah.
Use my water to push the
Unless-
vines aside so I don't have to touch them as I sort of shimmy on past.
You head deeper into the cave. It winds a little bit and leads through, and then light fills the tunnel ahead. It's daylight.
Sunlight? Daylight?
It's fun light, daylight. The cave opens into a little, well, a larger cave, but this cave has sort of cracks in the ceiling, open to the sky. You can see the jungle growing up above it, but there's sunlight pouring down into this serene little meadow. You see a pile of recently dug dirt nearby, like someone's
Kale's internally
removed
just
something from the
grumbling,
ground.
but he's gonna sneak along the edge and look around.
Yeah. You sneak around. You can see a few things have been left marring the beauty of this place, aside from the hole. You see scattered gold coins laying around. There is a satchel. It has the logo of a well-known Westvale store called Bosco's General Goods stamped upon it.
I kind of turn to Magnus and I'm like, I'm not strong, but I can keep you cool while you dig, if that will help. And I'm hoping I can use my water to act like,
Oh.
a damp rag and help out Magnus with the ability to dig
The-
this.
The dirt,
That would.
the hole is already there.
Mm.
Something's been removed.
Oh, it's not.
Yeah,
literally-
no,
Kale,
sorry if
Kale
I...
nimbly and
It's-
nimbly wants to just like their hand passes over the satchel. Want to pick up the satchel very nimbly and just get
Yeah.
back up.
You scoop up the satchel. There are 12 gold coins lying around, scattered from where whatever was dug up is.
Is it,
So,
does Kale sense any danger that if we traipse around this stupid sunlit meadow, is there any way we can, if we're gonna be attacked, we pick up these coins, or can we just nimbly pick up these coins?
so are you trying to scoop up all the coins?
I want to stick along what I can in the shadows along the wall carefully, just what I
Yeah.
can snag. I got the Bosco.
Okay.
You said
Yeah, because
Bosco?
they're sort of scattered around the hole, which is out near the middle of the meadow. The bag
No.
was dropped off to the side, yeah.
Kale, as a principal, is not going in the middle of that damn meadow.
Yeah, it's too sunny.
He's gonna just begrudgingly just trudge along the outside, picking up whatever's wrong, just around the edge where the least sun is.
Yeah, so emo. Um,
Mortakian inadvertently found himself counting the coins and just screams and drops to his knees and goes, "Oh, it's doing a counting!" No!
They're pretty and shiny. Cascade will go out and pick them up.
You can use them to buy chicken.
I still don't understand why I'd want a chicken, but okay.
you can add 12 gold coins to your possessions. We'll figure out how that works out another time.
I've added a Bosco bag to possessions currently, and it's literally Bosco bag, and it's all I know.
Okay.
That's what I've written down.
So is one of us is adding the 12 gold coins. We're not all.
Oh, you
Just
can split them up if you
fine.
want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, Cascade doesn't understand currency because it's like probably different where she is. They probably I guess like under the ocean they still have gold and minerals and stuff like that. But I know I kind of view ocean life would be more commerce trading, like bartering and stuff like that, rather than monetary.
Bells,
So
favors,
yeah.
Yeah.
So just be like,
Magnus,
oh, that's pretty.
Magnus gonna ask you, what do you use to buy things? If
Shells.
you need something.
Like we produce something, can we trade it? So like my family is in the shell polishing and shaping business, and we like fashion jewelry and different bits and pieces, and especially for like people when they come out on land and stuff and they want to look their best to fit in with the land folk, so we trade that for like food or specialty items or
See,
I've got a bunch of shells, and she'll just pull out like a couple of her shell pieces.
they're very nice. Would you like me to keep hold of your gold?
It's pretty and shiny. Can I just keep one? It's like really pretty. I could like attach it to a shell.
That's okay.
Cool.
You can.
I will hand you 11 gold pieces and just keep one.
It's a bad businessman, but he does his business well.
He's got the eyes on the chicken. And
yeah,
then
like,
Kale has not
even
opened this
get you-
bag, by the way.
If
Just
we can get
has
you
a
under
bag.
the ocean, shell they have shell knives and
Ah.
sharp stuff, and
I hate water. Anyway, go over to the recently dug hole and see if I can track where somebody would have
Yeah.
gone
Make
afterwards.
make a tracking roll. You running brains on that or sensors?
I would love
You love
brains on that.
Yeah, put brains
would
on
love-
that. You'd love to have some,
Should
or
I
you
do
have
it?
some and you'd love to use them.
Both.
Yes, go for that then.
Oh yeah, I rolled a 2, so that would be +4, a 6.
You're pretty sure that of the two exits from this room, it was the tunnel that they took back out. That it's unlikely that they airlifted out of here.
This is probably a ground walker, and somebody without wings. Smart.
Where's the axe?
I feel like there was an X that used to be there.
Well, where did it go?
Somebody took it.
Maybe they were at the camp.
Maybe. In which
Maybe
case,
they
whatever
were.
they found is long gone. Torn asunder.
Maybe there were other clues. Who knows?
Mm.
Hmm.
And that.
I mean, we're pretty close. I'm making
Yeah.
sure that there's
Mordecai
nothing left in
still
here.
like on his knees and shaking.
Yeah.
Is there
Oh,
This was
anything?
inevitable. What was I even seeking? Treasure.
You
Anyone else in the little
yeah, you finish out dejected and pick a careful course back through the jungle that leads you to the
Can we
beach.
stop at the lake for a swim? The
The
pretty
little
crystal
the
lake.
little pretty crystal one, yeah, you can absolutely stop there. It was
This time we
perfectly
can.
harmless. It was
Yeah.
lovely and delightful. Bunnies come up and you can pet them if you want. Um,
Yeah, we'll refill their water skins.
yeah.
Their water.
Thank you. This is where we're going to stop now. If I can convince these lovely folks to come back and play with me again, then we'll absolutely carry on because we've
Yeah,
got just a
definitely.
little way into the campaign. And I'm excited to see how the rest goes out. It's been very fun running off very simple notes for each thing. So we've got through basically a page each hour, which is nice. So it gives it a good guide on. I mean, I've got lovely active role players, which is perfect. So your mileage may vary. Yeah, we're biding our time for Duck Quest to get going and for the possibility of a raid, but I don't see the channel live just yet, which is
No.
unfortunate. They'll be starting at 1 o'clock over on twitch.tv/ Zero Does Stuff. It's SERO, does stuff. Why don't we go around the circle here and have a little chat about anything else you've got coming up soon? Some of us have stuff that comes up, and sometimes it's soon. So I think
A lot of
Amy
us are.
covered a bunch. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of us are on the Yes and
Yeah,
charity stream in late August.
correct.
I want to say
Last
it's like in
weekend.
the
Mm-hmm.
20s. I'm on the Fate of Eisen podcast,
Yep.
which listen to that. It is good
It
and
is good.
wonderful.
Highly recommended. Highly recommended.
Yeah.
Highly recommend.
We play so Fades, which we talked about earlier, are fans of the Fate of Ison podcast. It's our collective noun. Our
Yeah.
collective pronoun is May and him. It's a joke I stole off the internet. It's a great community, and you should come watch that podcast every other Wednesday, except it's this Wednesday and last Wednesday. Because is it this Wednesday? Have we got confirmation? It is
Yes.
this Wednesday. So
This
we're
is
back
this
to
Wednesday.
regular scheduling this coming Wednesday. Looking forward to it. I will be back on board producing and seeing it 5 seconds before everyone else.
The
And
power. The
still a
I'll be
couple
power.
seeing it
of
after
No,
everyone else, as it's very early if I'm going to stay up to try to watch it.
still a
fantastic.
couple of things for Kiwi RPG week that Fada Ison are doing.
Yeah.
Obviously, tomorrow night there's the ESM Fades. Tonight there's Whiteboard World that you'll see myself on. I also have my regular Twitch streams, which haven't happened this week because I got knocked out with the flu really badly. So luckily this morning I woke up feeling much better. And yeah, trying to think. I'm all over the place. Pathfinder, we have our Pathfinder games too. Yeah, lots of stuff. Just follow
There's
me
just
on
lots of
socials
stuff.
because I'm all over the place.
Yeah. anyone else got any exciting things coming up? I think for me, most of it's been mentioned.
Something that other people are doing, which is new. There's going to be, partly I think because the Bats is taking a break, there's going to be a regular improv thing happening at Circus Bar from the very end of June on Friday nights, I think. It's called July Duets,
Oh, yes.
which is like a bunch of two-person improv uh, things where getting two people along to do stuff. And it sounds like he's got some really cool people lined up to do that if you're in Wellington.
Really cool.
Nice.
Yeah. And other than the Yes and thing tomorrow night, I'll be back to somewhat more regular streaming. But I want to make role playing a bigger part of it because I've had a lot of fun.
This has been so
Yeah.
much fun.
Yeah,
It's been
yeah.
so for the D12. I'm liking the D12, like the narrative of
It's
it.
such a
Just first time
easy
ever
and fun
playing it.
game. I want to play lots of
Mhm.
different systems, though. I want to get my fingers in all the pies, and it's just about telling stories and having some mechanics to figure out how to solve that. And so I'll be looking forward to a bit of a change and a little bit of a different thing. We're coming right up on one. They haven't gone live yet, but we're going to one today. I'm staying on time because it's a busy day and I got housework to do before other things. Uh, Thanks for coming along, everyone. Thanks for
Thanks
putting,
for tuning in.
yeah, thanks for using your time in a lovely way. And
Looking forward to continuing the story. We hope our
yeah,
child
yeah,
Yeah. We
going
Where did the
light.
X go?
Will
yeah.
Kale ever find sun moonlight again?
We'll be. Oh, Side Pie, welcome in. We're about to go. Um, I don't think
We'll
we've
have
got
to
a
get
raid
these up on
target.
YouTube.
Yeah, they will go up on YouTube. They'll stay as VODs available on this Twitch channel, so you can go back and rewatch them. Brad wants to podcast them and put them on the D12GO channel as well. So hopefully our audio came through okay, because otherwise he's going to have a nightmare. Um, but yeah, so this
I hope
will
he
this will
listens.
The
stay
wrath
up
of Brad.
somewhere or another. Uh,
14 days on Twitch and then YouTube.
yeah, yeah, it'll be on YouTube as soon as I go and do it. But I might publish it once we've got more out or something. Give Brad some time to get the podcast version done first. Uh, Sarah's not on yet. Can you tell Amy you don't have channel? No,
Yeah, I've got it open. They're not open.
not
They're
on
not
yet.
on yet.
Well,
Yep.
we are not going to hang around and vamp forever. And if we do, hang on, I can use my last snooze so you don't have to watch any more ads before we go. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining me today. We will converse about when the next one is. If this time slot fits, it works well for me. So maybe there'll be a notification about 10 o'clock next Saturday coming out soon. Watch all the social medias. I can dump it on because that's what I'll do. Yeah. Thank you, everyone. And that's
Like you.
that's and
That
that's
is
that's the
the
We've
the
finished
end
end
the
of
End
the
of
the
the
episode.
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 Yeah,
Episode. We will sue.
yeah, it's yeah. You will,
There
and
we
you
go.
know
Yeah.
what? I'll withdraw my support. For no, I won't. Don't be silly. I'd
Surely
lose
not.
my privilege of seeing the stream 5 seconds before everyone else. Okay, everyone, goodbye. Thank you.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.